because I don't think anybody's here extremely
This early,
anxiously
this early in the
watching.
stream.
But tonight should be fun. Last practice for GPDC, which we haven't done a ton for yet, but a decent amount of us seeming to last minute want to move in. I'm picking up Sneak and Show to play in it, and I know Nathaniel's playing it because he feels pretty strong in Legacy with Storm. And I just overall feel like, as far as 4-round side events at Opens go, they're not great for playtesting after the one that I played in at Charlotte.
They're not the best.
So tonight we're going to be doing it a lot differently than we normally do.
A good bit differently, yeah.
These last 5 weeks, there's 5 of us, we've all done one? Yep, these last 5 weeks, we've been running the stream like a gauntlet, where we have one player play their deck and play against a set of matchups. Tonight, we will actually be doing it like an elimination tournament with 8 players. So we have 8 of us here tonight. Each of us are on a different Legacy deck. And what we're going to do is we're going to run it like an elimination bracket. The one side of the bracket is Michael, Chucky, Nathaniel, and John. And the other side of the bracket is Sebastian, myself, Corey, and Alex. And then we're going to be running it like legitimate elimination. So the winner of this will play against the winner of Nathaniel and John. And then the winner of other matches will play against each other, as it normally does.
Right. So it's just an 8-player bracket, and we're running this so everybody gets a camera match, since Legacy can go by a good bit faster than Modern. So, which is why we're able to do all of our matches on camera and give everybody a chance to play their games, play it out, and finally have somebody that goes positive.
Goes positive.
Because so far we've had a bunch of 1-4s and 2-3s, and nobody's went positive. And by doing it this way, one person, will be going 3-0.
So this first match that we're having is going to be Blue-White Stoneblade with Lurin. I'm playing Sneak and Show. That is the deck that fits me best as the stare my opponent in the eye and ask them, do they have it?
Right.
Blue-White Stoneblade versus Lurin, though, this is going to be kind of an interesting matchup, in my opinion.
This is what I like about Legacy, is these long, grindy... Even though Lurin can just combo off, like Stoneblade decks, Taxes, which is what I will be piloting tonight, a lot of the back-and-forth grindy games is a lot of what I like to see, because it takes a lot of skill to maneuver through
Absolutely.
A lot of the complicated board states you can see.
This is interesting. A response with Brainstorm to the Stoneforge Mystic kind of shows that Michael actually does want to interact with Stoneforge Mystic.
Jitte is a nightmare for Lurin.
Okay.
It really is.
But,
I don't know if it's worth the turn 1 Brainstorm for a Force of Will.
He did get to it.
He did find it, yes.
The one thing that's questionable about it is, while we as players know what our opponents are playing, if we're going to be playing this like an event, we should be playing without that knowledge.
Correct.
So, would Chucky blind into Underground Sea Pass grab Numazawa's Chitty? Is the question.
It's either that or Sword, and I think I like Jitte better.
You want to just get Batter Skull against Blue-Black deck?
Most Blue-Blacks, aside from Storm, where the Stoneforge isn't going to matter too much,
Okay.
the Sword is a bit faster clock.
Okay.
But I do really think that Jitte does a lot against stuff that will be playing like Strix and Deathrite, which you can assume from seeing in a UC.
You have a lot more practice in Stoneforge decks than I do in this format. I generally like to go for whatever casts the biggest things that I can cast or puts them in some way. So, definitely going to be asking, can I get a great look? One thing about that Brainstorm play from Michael is the fact that he already had a Force of Will.
Did he?
Yes. Because he picked up a second one, and he didn't fetch between the Brainstorm, and his draws were not double Force.
That seems a little weird to me.
Did Chucky just Brainstorm lock himself?
It looks like he's looking for a fetch land.
Well, I think he might have locked himself, and that can mean a lot of bad things, especially if he doesn't have a third land here. Chucky's going to be very far behind. And,
That means Alluren can just do what it needs to do.
uh-huh.
Just anything.
Like, in this game, Alluren... So one thing I really like about Alluren in the format is it can look just like a Leovold deck.
Mm-hmm.
It can just look like a shardless Leovold deck, which just has a lot of value because your opponent won't know what you're doing until you play one of the weird cards.
Right.
Like, when you even, like, gently flash a Cavern Harpy, your opponent automatically knows what
Cavern
you're doing.
Harpy, Glint Crane, a.k.a. Bird Dad.
But, like, Michael's hand, other than the Crane, is just a Leovold hand.
That's what it looks like. Lands, Force, a Leovold. Like, that's... Doesn't seem super out of the ordinary.
There's the Deathrite Shaman. He's just playing a normal deck.
Just no, it's we have it named as Alluren, but it's secretly just Leovold.
And yeah, Chucky's going to be really hard-pressed to find some action. Hopefully his Brainstorm found him at least one other cantrip of some sort that he can play with, so he can just keep moving through his deck a little bit and try to find what he needs to be able to continue playing. But if he doesn't get something like that, we're just in this situation where Michael's going to start pulling ahead on just the creature-to-creature value part of the game, which is a little unorthodox for how Alluren plays, but it is still a way that it does its games. It does not need Alluren to resolve.
Definitely does not.
And Swords of Plowshares here on Leovold. Do you fight over this? Do you want Leovold to stick against Stoneblade most of the time?
I don't think I would. I think I would personally just let it go, since they don't have so much removal that it's going to be super hard for you, like you would a red or black deck. This deck just has swords and Jitte as removal.
Okay.
I think you would just let it go and hold up your force for another incoming Stoneforge or a True Name or something else you can expect from the deck.
So my question is in this, what are you Force of Willing out of the Stoneblade deck?
Most of the time it's either the Stoneforge if it's coming down early and you want to start developing yourself, or True Name Nemesis is usually Force on spot.
Okay, so you'd rather hold the Force for a potential True Name Nemesis at a later point than keep your Leovold, which has the ability to, at minimum, draw you a second extra card if he gets targeted again.
That's what I would do personally,
Okay.
though I don't have much experience with the deck. That might just be completely incorrect.
No, I'm just very curious as to the thought process.
Right.
I think in my mind, I actually would have wanted to keep the Leovold, because most of what Stoneblade's going to do to be able to interact with a card like Leovold is Swords of Plowshares itself, or say just another card like Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Jace Tick Down, bounce your Leovold is super bad beats.
Yeah.
For the Stoneblade player, it is definitely not what they want to be doing.
And drawing these planes is not what you want to be doing either.
The best part about a back to basics deck is when you just find all the wrong basic.
Yeah. I think we saw a counterspell in Chucky's hand too, which is
Oh, I'm sure.
big ol' feel bad.
It is.
It's
How you get punished when you play the card back to basics. And I mean, Michael here just playing like the creature beats. He has the Deathrite Shaman, so you can start draining that way. Chucky playing another Brainstorm here with the chance to lock himself yet again. This is what I want to see. This is how Legacy should be played. With one player, with all the wrong land. This is just... I wonder what he found here. Brainstorm obviously never a card that really resolves fast.
There's a lot of time put into what you do in between draws, what you could need when.
There we go. Now this will stop fading out on us.
You gotta keep the laptop alive.
You gotta keep the laptop alive. I think it should last for a little while. Yeah.
A little while.
The issue is there's no grounder cable. There's no grounder outlet in this, and the laptop has a grounded plug.
That might be an issue. Does he not have an extension cord?
He probably does. They're just probably all over there, being used by the 18 other things that are in this room.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, Chucky finally finding a second island, but even if he were to play a Jace here, I don't think he's anywhere close to being able to really compete in this game.
It's double Deathrite, double Flyers. It's not feeling good.
There's no Supreme Verdicts in this format, right? Not in main decks?
No. Sadly not.
5 mana. Batterskull.
Hard cast the Batterskull.
There he is.
I think we're going to see the Force here.
Are you even afraid of this? So, Michael, end of turn. So, how many spells are there? There are 6. So, Michael can do 6. So, Michael can only put Chucky to 1. He has to be able to find. If he can find an instant or sorcery, he just kills him. And actually, thinking about it, he probably should have just Force of Willed because it puts another instant or sorcery in the graveyard, which is enough to deal lethal here. Because without an instant or sorcery to play, but I guess Michael could also just make the play of cast spell, hold priority, Force of Will it.
He's got the ability to do it. And
He just has to have enough black mana afterwards.
He's got 3, potentially 4 black sources, 5 even.
There's actually a verdict.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Force it, Michael.
Force your own spell. Spell Pierce. Okay, so Chucky killed himself.
Yeah. Chucky wasn't doing too much.
I'm being told that there's 1 main, 1 sideboard for the Supreme Verdict.
What? I am so confused right now. I mean, you play what you gotta play. Like, uncounterable border wipes they are just good.
Yep, and Michael there getting the lethal. I mean, Valeran Resolves is almost guaranteed lethal anyways, but just I didn't even think about the factor that Force of Willing the Batterskull gives you lethal, and it's just such an amusing. I mean, because Force of Willing the Batterskull will normally give you lethal, but the way it gave him lethal was not normal.
That's not what you would expect from just a quick glance at the board state.
Well, actually, it gives him lethal in multiple ways. He doesn't even need to use the second Deathrite. He can actually attack with one of the shamans that way. Right, moving into sideboard. I have no clue what either of these players have in their sideboard. Not sure if we're going to be running this like an actual event or if we're still going to be running it like a playtest, so I don't know if boarding is going to be face up. Looks like it is. Definitely not the card you want to bring out in the grind matchup. Oh, is Chucky bringing in all the castables off of Lurin?
Maybe.
No, I think it's just Meddling Mages and Ethersworn Canonists because they're the best way to interact. Ooh. Is Nahiri stock?
Nahiri?
5 mana Nahiri. Planeswalker.
Do you mean Elspeth?
No.
What?
I mean Commander Nahiri.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I thought she was,
I thought
but
it was
it's
an
been a while.
Elspeth.
No, there's a 5 CMC Commander Nahiri in the deck, in the sideboard.
Huh.
It's actually pretty good in this deck. It's I absolutely love it because just in the matchups where it's good, it is so powerful. Is it? So I would assume like probably against like Leovold, that type of deck is where it's good.
Just some grindier matchups in general.
And I think that's
where you're trying to eke out as much value as possible.
Yeah, that seems fair.
But not matchups. You don't want to bring her in against Galber or any Wasteland eccentric deck.
Yeah, because it costs 5.
It costs 5, yeah.
Well, Chucky doesn't get Wastelanded ever.
Yeah.
He has 1 Tundra.
Yeah.
And every other card is apparently a Plains.
Never mind. I was not aware of his mana base.
But it still gets dazed.
Yeah. Still gets Sage, still gets Ball Therapy, still gets Ball Pierce.
Chucky getting to be on the play here, and I feel like Alurin as a combo deck generally capitalizes on how good it is against these fair decks. Because what Alurin does is it plays a fair game, but has the way to just kill you. So it can keep up with what Chucky's doing for the long run, with its cards gaining incremental values, 2-for-1ing, giving themselves protection, all that kind of thing. And then he just has that ability to just say, put a learn into play, I now win the game.
Yeah.
And that just seems like such a very relevant thing for a learn to be able to do in all these matchups. And we're
being able to grind it out and then just say, okay, we've gotten this far, we've traded 1-for-1s for so many turns, here's my win button.
Mm-hmm.
You've spent your resources everywhere else, here it is.
Just that the kind of way that I like building decks where everything I do requires an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Like making your opponent use their removal on an irrelevant card so that when you play the relevant one, they don't have the spell for it.
Right.
Michael, all smiles.
All smiles.
All smiles. Okay. Swamp Trop, Ponder, Glint Nest Crane. Is that Cavern Harpy or is that the Strix? No, that's the Strix, right? What's the stupid Strix called?
Parasitic?
Parasitic? Okay.
Or Baleful?
It's not Baleful. It was blue.
Okay.
Mono blue.
Oh yeah, that is Parasitic. I didn't know if you meant on the left or the right of the Ponder.
There's a Deathrite Shaman, and I assume Michael took his Force of Wills out. This is the usual type of matchup where those cards are stinkers.
Not when you're trying to 1-for-1.
Well, if you're trying to 1-for-1, Force of Will is a 1-for-2.
Right, which isn't great.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Legacy is that if these degenerate combo decks just didn't exist, Force of Will would be absolutely unplayable.
And then everybody would be playing the good old Stoneforge versus Deathrite, which we see here. So Stoneforge has to be getting Jitte here.
But which Squire is better?
Batterskull.
Chucky just wants to race.
Okay.
That's really interesting to me.
That is a very aggressive Chucky right there.
Maybe it's, Chucky hasn't really played the format all that much in the recent time. Maybe it's just that...
Oh, he's got Jitte in hand.
Oh, he already has the Jit. Okay. I was thinking maybe it's just that automatic...
I still think I would get the Sword over Batterskull just because being able to shoot down X2s is pretty relevant, but maybe he's got that too. You know? You never know.
Second Deathrite off the first one. Chucky having to use a fetch land feeding the Deathrite Shaman.
I mean, you play what you need to play.
Yeah.
Though, I wonder what he's doing if he's... Does he have, like, Ponder and Stoneforge activation?
I'm not sure. There's a few things that he could just do on his main phase here. Even as far as to, if he has it, just play a True Name Nemesis. It's hard to get a good look at it.
He
There looks like
definitely
there's
has one.
Ethersworn Canonist in hand, too.
There's
a Back to Basics.
Here's the True Name.
There's TNN. Target Michael.
No, naming Michael, not target.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, it doesn't work. It still works through that line.
And then now next turn, if Chucky has land drop, we have activation Jitte on True Name. Get in, get 2 counters, maybe kill a Deathrite, kill a Strix if you have one.
Just do a lot.
Do a lot.
This Deathrite Shaman, not Deathrite, this True Name Nemesis isn't going anywhere. Michael decided to put the cards just in order, as Sylvan Librarian only draw one of them because he missed his trigger.
Oh.
You'll do that when you don't play a lot of the format.
Right.
Sylvan Library is such a weird card.
It is. Sylvan Library and Bob in the same deck is something I've seen, and just everything's a little weird how everything works.
Library. Do you ever just want to be the player to, like, in response to your library trigger, cast a Brainstorm, and just like call a judge and just make his day real annoying?
What is?
Okay, so library lets you put back any cards you have drawn this turn.
Okay.
So if you brainstorm and then put cards that you didn't pick up with the brainstorm back, then you can library with like 6 cards. But you have to also denote, these are the cards I drew this turn, these are the cards I'm putting back, and then these are also the cards I've drawn this turn.
So you have to have 3 clear files of what, where, why.
Yeah, just library having on it, you may, the cards that you have drawn this turn.
Rather than, like, look at the top 3, you may put any number in your hand.
Also, that card has been reworded 3 different times. I think it had 3 different Oracle texts.
It's at least 2, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear 3.
There's the original one. There's the version that has it with an activation of 0, and there's the new one.
Oh, that's right. I think it was 4th edition gave it the 0 activation.
There's a couple versions of the card that have an activated ability
Right.
that you can
And then
only
there's the new
activate
EMA.
in your draw step.
Boy, erratas are fun. That back to basics plan. Ooh. Back to basics plan.
Yeah, I mean, he's on multiple main deck backs.
I mean, that's why you're only playing 1 Tundra. And
That's why you're on, 100 planes? That's roughly how many we
100
saw?
planes and 2 islands. That's what we saw.
3 mana. I think this is a Shardless Agent here. That it is. The upside down boy. What's he find?
Cavern
A
Harpy.
Cavern Harpy picks up the Shardless
It
Agent.
was all calculated. And he has the Strix in hand, so now we just find Alarin. Pick itself up?
I believe it. Does it pick itself up? I think it's another. I'm not sure,
Not
but
entirely sure on that one.
okay. Got confirmation that it can. Back to basics.
Yay! You can have your... You've got Swamp's Death Rights and 1 landing rate. A Swamp, 1 Death Right activation. You're fine. I think he has that fetch line in hand, too.
Yeah, so he can go get another basic here, probably, and then
It's not
still
even
have 4
super
mana.
annoying.
It's not super annoying, but it does slow him down.
He's definitely slowed down with a hand like...
Well, what's his hand then? Is it
it's triple
combo?
bird. It's Strix, Harpy, Glitnest Crane.
Glitnest, okay.
Counterfeit Charlotte Stage.
That Shardless Agent would just make me very unhappy to look at.
Yeah. Being across the table from a Charlotte's agent, you just occasionally glance at it and go, oh.
Like, you're supposed to be looking at me.
Right.
We're supposed to have a staring contest. If it was the other way around, I would be visibly uncomfortable.
Playing the card.
Shardless Agent is supposed to look at me. It's supposed to look at my opponent.
So unnerving.
I don't know what the basics that Alarin's on, but I assume it's on one of each.
I think it's 1/1 without a forest.
Okay. I would love that. Just the whole card inverted. Art right side up with the text box upside down.
That would be pretty neat. And the name goes sideways, so you just keep spinning it forever.
The old Fetch Land Brainstorm play. Ryan Levelman. I caught myself midway. I made the joke to his face before.
To his face. So, Michael caught himself.
What?
He said, I'm actually explicit terrible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm fearless about it. I made the joke about you fetching and then casting brainstorms. All out of love from the bottom of my heart. Why not? Put your mic back on.
Well, here we are resolving one of the most controversial brainstorms in history.
No, but okay. So resolving this brainstorm, I think he put one of the Cavern Harpies back because I think he ended up finding a second one at some point along the line. Well, actually, this brainstorm here, fetching there actually made perfect sense because of the fact that Michael did know his top 2 cards from the
Sylvan Library.
Sylvan Library. So shuffling those to be able to dig a bit deeper, while it does lock him, it actually only locks him one card because he's able to
Because he's seeing the rest with his library.
see the rest of his library. Yeah.
So it's not as big a deal as just...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, library makes it a lot better, and also knowing the top cards of your deck. Even though Michael is without a fetch land right now,
I think
there's a chance he either finds one on the top of his deck or can just burn his life to clear that.
If you're Chucky here, do you pass to Michael and just activate Stoneforge Mystic for one of your equipments? Or do you just go ahead and play the Ethersworn Canonist, which really forces Michael to do a bit of a hole? With Michael having the ability to draw extra cards, not being able to play multiple cards in a turn does really matter. But Michael having the Abrupt Decay here for the back to basics is definitely mattering.
That does. I understand wanting to...
Oh no, I oversaw him playing his graveyard. I didn't mind it as much. I think it's on bottom and permanent's on top, but... Oh no, I do the spread, but it's the back half of my playmat is my dredge spread. Be organized. So what's the third card down here? Do you have a glance?
Baleful Strix, Harpy, and Bird Dad is what it looks like.
Okay.
Glintless Crane.
Why is that bird fall there?
It's Tyler Gardner. If you're watching, this is for you. But it's from a stream, and he became a meme bird because Tyler was one of the people to really mess around with playing a bunch of Glintless Cranes. He fell in love with the card, and it became a joke on the stream to say "knock knock, Dad's home" whenever you play Glintless Crane.
All right.
I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but that's where it went. And
so hand is combo Force of Will land is what it looks like he's reaching for, or maybe no. Okay, so Shardless Agent combo Force of Will. So the Shardless Agent more than likely going to get the Bird Papa.
It's probably what he stacked. It makes sense.
Shardless trigger. Obviously, the trigger resolve before you attempt to fight over a 2/2. I don't think there's any reason to really try to counter war over a Glint Nest.
Pick up Baleful Strix.
Pick up Baleful Strix.
So now this Jitte coming down will
matter.
well, it's definitely mattered. It was kind of weird with a board of X2s, and Glint Nest being an X3 is even a bit more annoying. But now having the information that Michael had a Cavern Harpy and now has a Baleful Strix, makes this over the Canonist feel a lot better.
Absolutely. Chucky really needs to draw a land 4 so that he can still threaten Batterskull for a crackback from Michael.
Yeah, so he can have end step activation here. Put in Jitte. Untap draw. If he has the land drop, he can equip Jitte and also hold up, the Stoneforge activation for the
Yeah, so he really, really needs an untapped land here, which I mean is the whole deck if it has a land, but it looks like it was not.
Looks like a back to basics. That doesn't feel great.
They're not Michael's. Those are owned by Corey.
So here's a Brainstorm.
Hopefully no... Let's see if this is going to be it looks like third Brainstorm lock of this game.
Match.
The other one? Oh, no, yeah, it's match. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was in the same one or not. Well, just going to matter here, Michael doesn't have the mana to decay here, so he can at least get one activation out of it. And even just getting a little bit of extra value does go a long way in this matchup, because the way this matchup plays is a little bit more grindy. Get the equip on the True Name. True Name gets to Kraken. I doubt you're trying to play a defensive game, especially with access to Batterskull. You'll be able to block on the following turns. Attack.
And also, if you don't swing, there's no guarantee you're going to get counters on it. He could just come in with flyers. But this way you get to... I feel like he's going to take care of the Strix and just sit back on a counter.
Okay. Are there any other X1s in the deck that matter? I don't know the power toughness of the combo cards.
I know Parasitic Strix is X2. I think Harpy's at 2/1.
Okay. Well, Harpy can just bounce itself in response.
Right.
Picking off a Deathrite Shaman just doesn't seem very powerful here. Michael's able to do his things even without Deathrite Shamans. He's seeing extra cards, so he has the ability to find more lands if he needs more lands. And I don't think there's much of a difference between 6 and 5 or 6 and 7.
There's not. If you're not killing a Deathrite, there's no need to use your counters now.
I agree with that.
So
I like holding them.
Yeah, I think you just pass here.
Like, Chuck gives out a life total to where Deathrite Shaman isn't threatening him. And just for the most part, he just has access to the ability to try to control this game, but not in a level that is really going to make any larger impacts, because Blue-Eyed Stoneblade, outside of like a card like Supreme Verdict, doesn't have the ability to really get rid of this larger part of the board that Michael's sitting on.
Right.
And if he verdicts here, then he loses his true name, which is the big reason why he's even in this game at all.
Yeah.
Does he have access to an Abrupt Decay here? I don't think he does. I think his
Doesn't
hand
look
is
like it.
combo. Not sure. And he's looking at Brainstorm, Fetch Land, and what's the third card there? Another part of the combo, just a second
It's a
Harpy.
Cavern Harpy, yeah.
So he could go... No, because then Chucky has no reason to do anything but just attack and kill him. He can't draw extra cards here. He doesn't have a Lurin. He has the pieces, but he doesn't have a Lurin. It's Force of Will, Cavern Harpy, Parasitic Strix, something else.
I think you're in a spot where you just have to do what you can to find the combo.
So do you go to 1?
Three, four, 5, 6, 7.
So if he goes... So what I'm thinking here is you go down to 5. You take Brainstorm Fetchland.
Okay.
You play Fetchland, you crack it, go down to 4. You cast Brainstorm. You still have 4 mana, and you're looking at fresh cards. If you find a Lurin, and Chucky has only one piece of interaction, you can force back, resolve your Lurin, and just combo him. Because Parasitic Strix leeches, right? That's why it's called Parasitic Strix.
Yeah, drain 2.
Okay. Alright, so he's just going to pick up a fetch land here, and...
Looks like he's trying to stick around and maybe go for it next turn, seeing one extra card off of the...
The problem with Michael's hand is he does not have the card Lurin.
Correct.
Not that he doesn't have the right Strix. He has the card... He has the creatures that form the combo. He just does not have anything to do with them. Playing them just as cards does not work because True Name Nemesis can pick them off.
Right.
Or the Jitty can pick them off. Or actually, yeah, I didn't even think about the factor that Jitty just makes it to where he can't even Lurin combo.
Yeah, okay. With only 2 counters.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puts Michael
So if
to
he
1.
plays Parasitic Strix...
Place Parasitic Strix,
Okay.
let the ability go on stack, then flash in the, play Cavern Harpy, let the ability go on stack, cast your Strix. If he goes to kill it, you bounce your Harpy in response. You cast your Harpy again.
Okay.
You can win through, I think you can win through 2 pieces through, I don't remember.
That's very interesting. I've never really played the deck, so that's never something that I've had to think about. But yeah, that's pretty big that he can play through this.
I think once he gets the 4 counters, he can.
Currently, he can't go any lower at all right now. Right? Because it's +2/+2 on Jitty?
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
he can crash in for 7.
Yeah, so he cannot go any lower right now. So this is just Cavern Harpy. Is Cavern Harpy picking up Baleful Strix? Okay. So there's a... He's not dead. He is not just dead. Did he now pick a Lurin up?
Looks like
So if he made the play that I said, he would have got there.
TM.
TM. Just slam jam in with some guys.
Not really blocking.
I mean, he can throw Stoneforge Mystic under a Shardless Agent, if that's really what he wants. He has it. We've mentioned multiple times that there's a Parasitic Strix in Michael's hand. It was actually at the front of his hand, just right there. So, Chucky, on the other hand, has a Council's Judgment, a Batterskull, a Force of Will, and a couple blue cards that I can't really make out perfectly. But I think from Chucky's side of the board, what he has going on is what is in play. From Michael's side of the board, he has that Allurin that is in his hand and a Leovold, Parasitic Strix, Force of Will.
So he has combo with Force backup.
So
but
if he can,
that doesn't really stop Jitte from doing what it does.
If he can make it through here, so this ping makes it to where Michael is still alive. Because now he can pick up the Strix, or the Harpy in response, go to 7, and now he only takes 5. Goes to 2. And then he still has access to being able to kill combo, but only with 1 force. Oh no, because now he can't do that trick because he'll be at too low of a life total. Oh no, but he'll still be able to do it because he can use the Deathrite Shaman to gain 2 life. Is there a creature? There's not a creature.
There's not.
Jeez. This is a strange situation. If an ability goes in the stack, so you can respond to it to try to kill it again. But, I mean, it's -1 damage. Alright. Is Chucky thinking about using this as a ping here? Just, get rid of the Baleful Strix. Okay, that's interesting. So I think what Chucky's thinking about by doing that is that he's going to attack with both of his creatures, and if Deathrite Shaman blocks Stoneforge Mystic, Chucky can pick it off with one of the activations of Jitty. So there's that. Get that. Okay, so we got two counters again. 2 mana. Okay.
Here it is.
Game 3?
Is
Abrupt Decay? Abrupt Decay still good enough.
Michael could
Find Abrupt Decay and still win.
Michael is Force in hand though.
But if you, okay. So while Force of Willing on the surface looks good, he needs the Force of Will for the Allurin to resolve, and I actually think that holding the Force of Will and hoping Abrupt Decay is your draw, because Chucky's interaction will be able to win the game still. And Abrupt Decay doesn't resolve to the Force, but Chucky's going to go out and fight over this, which is, I guess, something that you can expect here. So Michael's at 3. And if he draws an Abrupt Decay here, he just wins through all of this, all of these things that Chucky has done. And Abrupt Decay is still lethal.
Are there 2 lands for Deathrite? Or no?
Oh, is he killing one because he has to? Oh. How much damage does Michael have access to? With the Parasitic Strix, does he just have lethal? So Stoneforge Mystic goes in front of the Shardless Agent. He takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, no, he goes to 1 right now. Alright, so land, Deathrite Shaman. This has been such an interesting game.
This what?
This has been a very interesting game.
Well, I thought you said it wasn't. I'm like, who are you?
So picked one up. He has Parasitic Strix, Cavern Harpy, Allurin, land in hand. He can... Michael's not dead.
Because Chucky burnt the
Strix.
Because he burnt the counters on that Death right there.
Yep. So Michael still gets another turn.
What?
So Michael can't just cram all because I forgot that he doesn't have that lethal anyways because the batter skull in Chucky's hand. That Stoneforge put it in block.
Okay.
So Michael here can attack with the 2 flyers, get in for 2 damage, put Chucky to 7, play the Parasitic Strix, and pass the turn. That'll put Chucky down to 5 and Michael up to 5. Chucky is not dead on, or Michael is no longer dead on board, and neither is Chucky.
Chucky can just go land drop, equip Batter Skull.
Oh, okay. But he has to have land.
He does have to have land, yeah.
But I think that's the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Alright. Strix being an artifact matters.
Okay, so I can play a non-artifact and then an artifact.
Yep.
So Michael can actually go Alurin, Strix, on Chucky's turn, Harpy pick up Strix, cast Strix again, and stay alive through the equipped Batter Skull play.
I want to go home. What is Legacy and why am I here?
But yeah. Alurin, he needs to play the Strix. Assuming this resolves. Okay, resolve. Play Strix. Drain you for 2. 5 all. Because he still has access to this Deathrite Shaman, and there's a Baleful Strix in the graveyard now.
He has to fetch for a resource, though.
Yeah. So he'll go to 8 against 7.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I think you do this on upkeep. So he has less interaction to it.
Oh.
So did Chucky find land? Is my new question.
It has to be a non-fetch land as well.
So he doesn't just die to Strix.
Yeah.
We wouldn't die to Strix. He would go to 2.
And then Deathbringer.
Oh, and then the death. Oh my god. There are just so many things. Well, Council judged me at the Alurin is a good play here. Michael still just has the ability to play the Harpy in response, pick up the Strix. So yeah, Chucky didn't have access. And this matters a lot because now Michael can put a creature in front of the Batter Skull token and put the Strix in front of the Batter Skull token and just pick it up. And now Chucky doesn't gain life. And he also gets the access to use one of the Shardless Ages to kill off the Feathersworn Canonist.
Oh man, this game.
So yeah, he puts that there, and then you can put the Strix in front of the Batter Skull and pick up the Strix. I do hope that that's the line that he ends up making. Because not gaining 4 life here matters a lot, because we're just in this very grindy situation. But Michael here going to put the Deathrite Shaman in front of it. So he's fine with the Deathrite dying, and he wants, it seems like he wants the Deathrite to be in combat, which is kind of interesting here. And he needs to make this play before damage resolves.
He's just going to let it go?
You're just going to let him go? He's not even going to use the Deathrite Shaman.
It seems really weird to me.
Okay. I don't understand why he's responding to it with the first one. I think, unless it's an X1, I don't think it is.
It's a 2/2.
Does Michael just win now that the other form Canonist is dead?
I don't think Chucky has instant speed interaction. I think that's it. Snap plow.
He doesn't have a plow. Harpy can pick itself up in response to attempting to being killed. So he has to snap Brainstorm. Dig deeper. Snapcaster is free because of Allure.
Right. I see a verdict.
Does this work? I'm like in shock. The way Chalky's interacting to it, I feel like he has some form of interaction. Oh, absolutely. There should have been the second counter should have been removed. It should have been a 1-1 with no counters on it. Doing this a little prematurely gives Chucky the ability to have a little bit extra interaction potentially. But honestly, in this situation, one piece of interaction is almost good enough. Is Parasitic Strix a 3-er? Is it a 3 cost or is it a 2 cost?
3.
Okay, because there's a possibility that like he could attempt. Well, I guess if the Strix were to die in response to this, he can pick up the Glintnest Crane and then potentially find another Strix. Harpy was not in play. Okay, so now Harpy is in play. Trigger is on the stack for Harpy. Shrink Cavern Harpy. Michael goes to 1, picks it back up. Cavern Harpy is now back in hand. Cavern Harpy's trigger resolves. Strix goes back to hand. Cast Strix. I mean, we don't want. I wonder if there's a reason for Michael to not just like say, okay. Well, I guess Chucky has priority because stack's empty now, so he has to wait until he's past priority here. But this is just such a strange game. So he has both of those, and if he's able to do this, if Chucky doesn't have the interaction for it, Michael's able to move on to the semifinals of that bracket with a clean 2-0 here. So play land. What's he got?
Supreme Verdict.
Response kill you.
Right. I just don't think there's anything.
2 cards
Chucky
in
could
hand.
have. Cast Canonist.
All right. Response. Casting the Canonist here is kind of strange, because in response to one of these cards, Canonist can get cast.
With Allure.
That is kind of strange that he went ahead and did that. I think you wait until Michael does his thing.
You do. I think Chucky just doesn't use this matchup.
No, that's completely fair. But boy, that game was super off the wall bizarre. So we're going to have Michael moving on to the semifinals of his side of the bracket, and we're going to have Nathaniel and John sitting in for the extremely interactive, very thought-provoking Dredge versus Storm matchup.
We need to make note of the time when they present a cut, and we'll see how long this match takes.
Okay.
And we'll just see how that goes. See how speedy that is.
So are you, how versed in the Dredge versus Storm match are you?
I can look at Nathaniel's hand and tell you if he has it or not, but that's about it.
You know what you cannot do? Look at the Dredge player's hand and tell him if he has it or not.
I can scry 6 and tell you.
It's not even scry 6, it's like, scry 20. Do you have it?
Probably have it.
Dredge versus Storm is a pretty interesting matchup.
Is it really?
It is actually.
Is it really? Go on.
I played Dredge for a while. One of my best friends played Storm. And we tested that matchup a ton. And it is completely dependent on how many Cabal therapies Dredge finds and how soon. And then what the both players have in their sideboards.
Yeah. That's probably the biggest factor, is the sideboards. What do you have and can
For the
you
Dredge
find
v
it?
Storm, the entire match will, in my opinion, be 8 turns.
8 turns?
8 turns total. I'm calling it at 8 turns total. And I think it will go to 3.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna say. Unless Nathaniel has a turn 1, you can't 8 games in 3
You
rounds.
can't. Oh, really? Am I just like really bad at this?
I think so.
Well, if Dredge kills on turn 2, which is very possible.
And then if
But it depends on what build. If he's on Flare, or if it depends on Flamekin Zealot versus Flare.
that, I'm not entirely sure on.
And that's the big thing because Flamekin Zealot is the card you want for this matchup. Well, Flare the Hatebound is what you want in every other matchup, in my opinion.
I think he's on player, but I'm not entirely sure.
And I mean, there's also the lists that are on both, which they're few and far between, but they do exist. All right. This die roll also very important.
Incredibly important.
Nathaniel got it.
All right. So,
All right, turn 1 win, and then my 8 turns works.
seeing that die roll, I'm going to say 2-0 Nathaniel in 7 turns.
I think Dredge wins the game that is on the play.
All right, 8:23. Now, how fast are we going to finish this match?
How fast?
Do you think it's over or under 8:30?
8:31.
8:31?
8:31. Sideboarding and shuffling.
That's right.
It also depends on how quick John is at dredging. I have not actually seen him play this deck. All right, let me look at that sweet hand. Terrible. Hand's terrible. I hate it.
It's not great. Double Careful Study. You've got your.
I mean, you have double careful study dredgers.
Narcomoeba, Bridge, and Icarid in hand. Like, not.
I mean, you can't mulligan. You have land, looting effect, dredger, Cabal Therapy. Cabal Therapy. I want it. I want therapy on careful study. I want it so bad.
Storm has plays 4 therapies. I think we're gonna see it here.
Please.
Tell me.
Please. Darn it. Darn it.
I mean, it's the best that you can do.
That's not the right
the next
part
best thing.
piece of disruption. It's the wrong one.
Sorry, it's a 1-for-1 and not a 2-for-1.
It's the difference between John being able to play this game at all.
Well, he picked up a Grave Troll.
Okay, so let's him get a bit deeper. Get that tiny dice out of here.
Oh my god, it's so small. We can't deal with that.
Get that tiny dice out of here.
Hashtag no tiny
They're
dice.
right beside them. Nathaniel bought those dice.
I'll be back.
How are we even here? How are we at this point? Did you pick up a second Narcomoeba? Oh man, Dredge is just the most exciting thing with how its draw steps work. Double Narcomoeba being in the... They even rolled for who goes first.
With the big dice.
With the big dice. But so, John picked up a second Narcomoeba in his careful study, and here he's picking up a second Narcomoeba, Narcomoeba number 3, but he really just doesn't have anything else to do. He could cast a Cabal Therapy and then flash it back here, because he does have one in hand. But John's, the way John's draw has lined up and the way that Nathaniel had to interact with him means that John is going to be at a very slow game here. And generally I blind name Infernal Tutor, but here he's going to be able to flashback, and while he's not getting any value on flashback from like a bridge, he's still getting rid of Storm's hand.
Yeah, like you're not doing too much. Nathaniel's probably going to need a cantrip. All right, like a Ponder into Past in Flames.
So if Nathaniel finds something like an Infernal Tutor,
those cards.
Those cards are actually pretty okay. So it depends on what he has in his hand.
He's got a land in hand.
Okay, was it a fetch land?
Yes.
Okay, so if he puts the so he puts the Ritual on top and the Dark Petition second from it. He plays his other land, and then on his next turn he can go Ritual into Petition, crack LED, and just still win through having his hand stripped of anything that mattered.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think he'd be a little short on mana.
So
I'm almost certain.
Petition refunds 3.
Correct. It's a 2-mana tutor.
Okay.
But I still think he's short. But
I think
maybe
he has
I'm
it
wrong.
because with the second fetch land, Ritual
I
puts him to
forgot.
5.
I forgot to count. You can tap lands for mana.
Lands,
lands
have this thing in Magic the Gathering.
Well, not Polluted Delta and Misty, but
in some situations.
Yes. With,
Those tap for mana.
With Urborg.
Multiple situations.
Spreading Seas. If you let a Spreading Seas resolve.
There's more.
There's... Why are you testing me on this? We're watching Nathaniel storm off.
Because we're watching Nathaniel storm off, and we know he won. Okay. We got it. We figured it out. Prismatic Omen.
Okay. Taboo Tiger, thank you for the follow.
There is a creature that makes all your lands all basic land types.
I didn't know that. There's also Blood Moon and Mage's Moon.
Mm-hmm. There's also the black one that makes all non-basic lands, or all lands tap for black. A lot of ways to tap those for mana. I believe the whitest is Storm Count.
Yes. Storm Count would be the Lightning Bolt.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
On that.
Yeah, here's Past in Flames.
Okay.
Cast my Graveyard.
Come
on, man. You got to start with the Cabal. Or the
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
it doesn't matter.
7,
he has plenty
8,
of cards in his graveyard.
7, 6, 5, 4 Tendrils.
Yeah. Well, even if he doesn't, I think he has enough mana to where he can just go, tutor Tendrils.
Yeah, because he has the double blow. Tutor Tendrils with exactly 4 mana.
Because, again, this costs 2 mana. Does it still? Yeah, Cataxian Probe plus Dress. And he also has the Probe for an extra Storm Count. Yeah, this is easy. This is just easy mode. Didn't matter. Cool Cabal Therapy.
Cool Therapy. Didn't matter, bro. Oh no, I had to tap my 3 lands for mana. Still got there.
Easy game. Well, this Probe here, now he can't just tutor chain. But I don't think that matters.
I'm gonna lean towards
not
a
matter.
heavy no.
So he has Ritual. You see, there's an issue here. Nathaniel, not separating his graveyard. I don't know which cards have flashback and which don't.
Judge.
All right. Easy game 1 through Therapy that actually double hit.
Cool.
Pretty normal.
That double hit Nathaniel's castable spells in hand. And then you still rip the Ponder and get there. TM.
So going into game 2. The old Shuffle 15. Yeah, I think playing it like an event, playing this like an event works because we're running it like it's an elimination tournament.
Is there
What's
any?
What's the winner getting?
Oh, I was gonna ask what
does the winner get?
Jeez, I don't even know. Is it food?
Is it like
food?
maybe it's a
high five?
Big K.
It's a big K and a congratulations.
And
you went
congratulations, you went. You're the first person to go positive
on this stream.
Easy. A good pat on the back.
The best pat on the back. Glory in the tears of their enemies.
The winner gets there.
The winner does in fact get there.
TM.
Well, thank you, Casket. The winner does get there.
So, from Nathaniel, general sideboarding, they don't really play any graveyard interaction. Do they play surgical?
Nathaniel has double surgical.
Okay. And then from John's end,
what does Dredge even play? You should know this, Andrew.
General Dredge sideboard is 4 claim, a couple threats that are good in certain matchups, Leyline of the Void.
For claim or Nature's Claim?
Nature's Claim.
Okay, I thought you meant Claim to Fame. And I'm
Claim to
whoa,
Fame.
we are playing Vexing Devil in Legacy.
Vexing Devil in Legacy. I don't. Do we have Delver? Alex, what are you
Yes.
playing? Okay, yeah, we have at least one Delver deck.
We have exactly one Delver deck.
What are all the decks that we're on? So we have Alurin, Blue-White Stoneblade, Bug Delver, Death and Taxes, Dredge Storm, Sneak and Show, and then whatever Corey's going to pick up because he handed Michael Alurin.
Yeah. Maybe squid? I'm not entirely sure. Squids are another flavor of Delver.
Eldrazi?
Maybe.
How's that another flavor of Delver? Oh,
No, or.
I heard you said Eldrazi is another flavor of Delver, and I'm like, hello?
Yes, my spaghetti is the same as this bug man. This bug man is exactly one spaghetti.
Well, we'll just ask John to play Miracles.
John did have miracles.
You put it together right before it got banned. It feels bad, man.
Cool, we got this Tundra, we got these forces, we got these counterbalances, we got these top. So we don't have these tops, but we have
We're
these...
going to play, what's the dumb card people are playing instead?
It's actually not that dumb. They are playing Predict and Portent.
Okay.
And it's putting up results. I don't know how, but it is.
I mean, it's
And then in
probably
Modern-
just like the general players that are like, I play this deck a lot. And
We're
when
gonna
you
make
get
it work.
lucky- When you get lucky, it's good. Like, I'm sure Joe Lissette is still just trying to figure out how to do it.
Probably. There's also people in Modern. Now we have Opt, and people are wanting to play Miracles in Modern.
I actually like the kind of goofy blue-white Miracles
I think it's
decks.
a really fun idea.
Telling Time is one of my favorite cards.
No?
No, not at all.
We're talking only good stuff about Opt, actually.
Best card in Modern.
Now I can start disagreeing and getting angry.
As stated here. Treasure Map Miracles.
Treasure Map That's
Treasure
a
Map
thing?
Miracles. No, just. I mean, we could try it out
We'll make it happen right now.
right now. Someone build Treasure Map Miracles.
So it's already 8:33 and we're still shuffling.
I was right. Game 1 took a while, and that's just because, well, Storm, like, its games don't go long. Like, that was a 5-turn game.
Yep.
All right, so I'm wrong. We're not going to have an 8-game set.
And we're going to have the 2-0. Let's take a look at John's hand. Well, not great.
Not good enough. Probably did not have a land and a card that said draw a card and then discard card.
Oh, it's so hard to see Nathaniel's hand. Showing it to the people off screen, but not the people watching the stream.
Just the people that need to see it.
That's everybody needs to see that hand.
There are some black cards in it.
There's definitely Brainstorm, Past and Flames, Ritz. I don't see lands. Is he like on Pedal Cantrip? Because those are my favorite hands.
I love the hands that are just like, no land, pedal, cantrip, let's do this.
We'll run it.
Cross those fingers, boys.
We're going to get there, Tim.
John, Cephalid, Coliseum.
FTV.
And probably some assorted card that cost blue mana. And John's hand's terrible.
It's got Narcomoeba. You just cast Narcomoeba.
Okay, so we get a look.
It's
He
a
went to 5. Yuck.
How to feel bad.
That hand goes to 4, by the way. You put that to 4. That hand does nothing.
Like
Your
nothing else.
3s are better than that.
Oh, he did
Nathaniel
it!
had it!
He did it!
Lions Eye Diamond.
Okay.
Lions Eye Diamond is a faithful fluting.
That is.
He did something. Okay.
That's a top deck. Double. Here we go.
And yeah, that's 2 dredging. That's a lot of dredging. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, dredge 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets to flip another 6. It's not compact enough. I'm disappointed. His graveyard too close together.
I'm sorry.
Or not close enough, actually. Sorry. Why are those over there? Why aren't those on the gemstone line?
It's working on it.
Oh no. Legacy Dredge, nowhere close to Dakmor Salvage.
No.
Deck does not play Bloodghast. All of your cards need to be able to cast your looting effects.
The stuff that transfers over Modern to Legacy is Faithless Looting, Stinkweed, and Grave Troll. And that's it.
Narcomoeba.
Okay, Narcomoeba.
New lists are actually playing Prized Amalgam.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they playing Neonate?
No.
Good.
But I really like. Well, he needs a second land for Colosseum, but Dakmor Salvage would do nothing for that. You're not going to draw cards because drawing. So Dredge plays 12 total lands. Dredge is on 4 copies of Gemstone Mine, 4 copies of Mana Confluence, and 4 copies of Cephalid Colosseum. There's a chance he might be on 1 to 2 copies of City of Brass on top of that. It really depends on how heavy on lands he is. But by the cards that I've seen, and it's Dredge, so you see most of them, he's only on the 4/4 and 4, and then spells. And Dredge is not a deck that really plays 1-ofs. Dredge has 2 1-ofs in the deck, and it's the Dread Return and the Target of Choice. And other than that, you're on 3 Breakthrough, 3 Thug usually is the card that gets cut down to 3, and then everything else is the 4-of. What Citadel? What Citadel would it play?
I have no idea.
But no, Legacy Dredge is stock. There's not a lot of wiggle room. Playing cards like, if you're trying to play Prized Amalgam, you're taking it out. You're taking out other things, but it's just very dependent on exactly what it is. That's the card. That's the bullet that you bring in this matchup. It's Iona. I couldn't remember exactly what it is, but I found it. Surgical Extraction on Cabal Therapy. Okay. Yeah, back when. Oh, do you mean Paradise? Yeah, Bloodghast isn't a card that gets played in the deck anymore, as it's more just like a kind of more normal engine of put my cards in my graveyard, put my Narcomoebas into play, and then make a bunch of zombies and Flame Kinzel at you, which is the list that he's on. And to the players that aren't used to it, or the players that aren't ready for it, it works for it. Mana Confluence replaced City of Brass, not Tarnished Citadel. I actually, as a Dredge player since 2012, Tarnished Citadel. What is this card? Oh.
So.
It's City of Brass,
but it does
threes you.
But you can tap it for colorless, which doesn't matter too much.
Never matters. It never matters. As I overheard Nathaniel saying earlier, the point the Storm player puts his counters into play is the point the game is over.
Right. Especially a double LED hand.
There's a tutor.
Okay. Yeah. Pick up your cards, John.
All right.
Let's
move on
from here.
Let's move on. We have Nathaniel versus Alern. We have semifinals to go to. We're still going, though.
So the match is officially over at 8:40. So what is that? 17-minute match?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Majority of it being shuffling.
So truly like an 11-minute match.
Yeah, I played Dredge a lot from 2012 to about 2014. And then I took a break from it and picked it up again, and took a break from it, picked it up again. Every Comp REL event that I've played with it, I've catched, I want to say. But it just depends on like how good you are with the deck and like how used to playing against Hades, all that type of things. This shouldn't be an F6. This isn't an F6 situation. This is a right-click your screen.
I think it's third option.
Huh?
I think concede.
I think it's third option. Concede game. It's going to be there on your drop-down. You click that
We
one.
can probably find out what option it is.
Concede.
Hello?
You can do it, I believe in you, Sebastian.
Could not find your arrows on your laptop.
Let's look at the images.
Yeah, this is where we need to go. We need to find out what option you're conceding.
Yeah. Someone has to right click. Where's the right click?
I don't see a right click.
I don't see a right click. Are you sure you want to concede this match?
It doesn't tell me which option. Is this going to be impossible to find?
It seems impossible. I just can't do it.
At least it's not eggs. Man, I remember playing eggs in Modern. Not actual eggs, but KCI.
Oh, that was the GP San Diego, the one that Eggs won, where Second Sunrise got banned.
Mm-hmm.
Literally in the finals, opponent of Eggs. So Eggs player starts going off.
Yeah.
Opponent goes, Judge, I have no effects for the rest of this turn. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Comes back, player is still going off. Bathroom is on other side of the con hall.
What?
Like, this is the Open Nathaniel Holiday wins. Yeah. Or the GP Nathaniel Holiday wins. But yeah, literally goes, looks at the head judge, says, I'm going to go to the bathroom. My opponent is comboing off. Comes
F6.
back, player is still going.
Yeah.
There's a reason Second Sunrise got banned.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a chance they could whip.
Yes.
Very,
It
very,
was a very high chance. There was a super high chance that they went for 20 minutes
And then whip.
and then went pass.
But you had to sit there and wait for it.
Yeah, because you couldn't concede because they might pass. It was ridiculous. Ancestors Chosen is generally just worse than other cards. But, so yeah, we're going to have Storm versus Alurin here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this just another matchup where Storm's just heavily favored?
Alurin doesn't have... I don't think it has anything outside of Force Will, outside of the sideboard.
Okay.
And that's not an issue for Nathaniel. With 7 discard spells.
I think the Eggs players are just Lantern players now. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, Deej. Like, I cannot imagine a world where it's anything different than those players are just Lantern players now.
Yeah.
Man, we don't even know what our bracket, like how our bracket breaks down. I really don't want to play against you round 1.
Why not?
Because the Taxes versus Sneak and Show matchup is not entertaining. It is Caracas or bust.
Hell yeah. I did it.
You did it.
I got stalled.
All sads
thoughts?
for Michael.
You had a really good Cabal Therapy in game 1, and it didn't matter.
Did not matter. Did not matter because my dredges were doing weird.
Yeah, your dredges were terrible. I think that 5 goes to a 4, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, like.
But like it worked.
The 7. If it was any dredger but thug, I was like. I'm gonna get it.
Did your 7 had a way to go? Like a looting effect pledges dredger? Literally any looting effect land dredger is a keep.
Okay. I haven't played in like a really.
Yeah. All right, but here's the start. Ponder sees Past in Flames empty the Warrens. Duress.
We're in game 1.5.
Michael checking out the board. There's a Mindbreak Trap, a Graph
There's a
Digger's Cage, which
cage.
doesn't come in my opinion. A
I mean,
Tormod's
with
Crypt.
as little interaction as you have, I think you have to do what
If you have enough cards that you're taking out, yes. So it is his actual what he wants to be bringing in is Mindbreak Trap.
Yeah.
No, I'm calling it. Storm's probably winning this tournament
Unless I can make it to
Texas
finals.
But like, let's be honest, he's beaten Phil Gallagher how many times? Let's
I
be
mean,
honest, Sebastian.
Well, it depends.
Well,
Sneak and Show
Phil-
has a real matchup against Storm.
True. Well, yeah, because like I also have a real match. Like I'm actually favored.
Because I have 4x Leyline of Sanctity in my board, plus other ways to interact with him.
I think Alurin just gets.
Everybody does know what everybody else is on, but for the most part, we're trying to play with the information that we do not know what the opponent is on. So if you go like turn 1 Cabal Therapy blind, you're not supposed to name a card that you think your opponent's on, which is why you wouldn't blind a Cabal Therapy on 1.
Blind Therapy for Nathaniel is usually almost always Force
It's
Will.
just look at your opponent and it Force of Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I name Force of Will or anything that can mess me up.
Mm-hmm.
or automatically just go to Brainstorm because that's the most played card.
Yeah.
If like I have nothing to do and I really want to play here, I'm just like Brainstorm.
Yep. As we just overheard from Michael, that hand's pretty good in every matchup that isn't this one. There's a library. Library will find him cards that actually matter.
Are you sure about that?
Hopefully.
I think we might see the Pokemon energy come out this turn.
Well, I mean, it is going to be turn 3, and Nathaniel knows he has no interaction. He played the spell that he drew.
Nathaniel looked
knows...
like he had
Ritual.
It's triple
Infernal
Rit Tutor.
All right.
And picked up land.
It was fine.
Okay.
It could have been more compact.
No, I gotta work on it. I'm gonna start gold fishing.
Oh, you're fine, dude.
Goldfishing to find out how big your dredge piles are. That's the new meta.
That is the new meta.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here. Don't
If
play-
you want to get there, you
don't
goldfish
play
dredge.
matchups, just practice piles.
I wonder if he's going. I don't. The brainstorm here makes me feel like Nathaniel probably has the ability to go, but I feel like there would
has
have
the
already.
ability.
There it is. All right.
Yeah, he's
Easy game.
Easy. Here it is. Time for Pokemon.
Lethal. All right, so he has Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Double Cabal Ritual, Infernal Tutor at least.
Are you actually?
I think he's going to tutor the top card of his deck, which is Past in Flames.
Okay.
Because he loves to do that thing where he just flips over the top card and
Like,
wins.
had it anyways.
Yeah.
Just bully your opponent. Petal, Rit. Is this just I think this is almost just a hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
F6 key.
Can't see it, but that's just a key off of his keyboard.
F6 key.
You just popped it off.
He was in a hurry too, dude. He bolted.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that is good.
Yep. Tutor, Past Flames.
Oh, he had to actually look for it.
Yeah, he
'cause
did
he
look for it.
shuffled.
Yeah, he shuffled.
Darn.
Rough.
Boo.
Why are we still playing?
Pick up your cards. Let's go to sideboard.
Let's go to sideboard. Come on. All right. Great. Have a bunch of mana still. Oh, look. And we have more mana. Great. Okay, what else would we like to do? Is it cast that tutor? Oh, no, we'd like to make more mana. Okay.
Okay. He doesn't have a way to filter blue to brainstorm. That really sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't have the blue. Duress you.
We're this far, but just in case.
We already know your entire hand.
We have
Duress you.
we have more than enough storm. More than
Okay.
enough mana.
Tutor. Ad nauseam.
If he goes to
ad nauseam, let's do it.
Please do it.
Please.
Nathaniel, you're at 20.
I want it. I want it.
Please do it. Please do it. Come on. Come on. Get it. Get it.
It's the thing.
Get the ad nauseam. Get the ad
Come on.
nauseam.
Michael.
Let's flip the deck. That's not ad nauseam.
Oh.
I am disappointed.
What are you doing?
I am honestly disappointed.
What do you mean you're not targeting yourself with one of those?
Yeah, really though.
Nathaniel's actually just a really bad storm
Just
player.
terrible.
He's just a jerk.
He is. Big jerk face.
All right. So Michael already knows what he's sideboarding because he put it aside during game 1.
I do that sometimes.
Is like saying that hand was great in
Against-
every other matchup. Like the hand was even passable against me.
You just dartboard all of the legacy decks to ever exist, and if it's
It
not
hits Bullseye, and you lose because Bullseye is Storm.
right, or there's anything that wins with a card with storm in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, take Abrupt Decays out, put things in. You don't want to take all your removal out because they're probably Zazzard Swarming you. Zazzard Swarm is the one mana
I
0.
know it.
The 0-1.
That's just for mana. I know they don't bring in a many people. That's really bad for you. Does he bring in sideboard?
Nathaniel's, you saw it earlier. What comes into this matchup?
I think ground seals would come in. I think like anytime you see death, right? You see.
Yeah, I like Groundswheel against Death Ray, yeah. I really want Michael's next 2 opening hands to have the Mindbreak Trap in them, and they're just not to be handed interaction. Get them.
You just get them. You destroy them.
Oh yeah, Nathaniel has a Flusterstorm board. I guess that could come in this. And it comes in most Force of Will matchups.
A decent amount, yeah. So one thing I completely forgot, no matter which one of these wins, if I do make it to finals, it's not even that bad. I kind of forgot Death in Texas has Phyrexian Revoker.
Mm-hmm.
You find one of those and you're good.
How many of the tutor guy are you on?
2. I
Okay.
essentially have 5 Revokers.
Okay. How many Revokers do you play?
3 and 2 tutors.
Oh, okay. Well, I forget like how good Revoker is in this format.
We'll name Deathrite Shaman. We'll name Jace. We'll name any Cavern Harpy. We'll name Elves. Is an awful matchup, but sometimes just like blind Revoker can win a game. It's like a 25-75 matchup for Elves, but if you just go
Revoker Heritage Druid.
Revoker Heritage Druid and they just look at their hand and go,
Darn.
yeah, you got me.
Heck.
And then you have time to tutor up your Jitte and just win.
Mm-hmm.
Easy money.
All right, what's going on over here? We have land spells.
It looks like a
things. Good enough.
Lands, spells. Do I get to look through my deck for something?
Good enough.
Good enough.
I think Michael took a mulligan here.
Michael mulls into Oblivion for the Force one. Nathaniel has the turn 1/3 Force.
I'm on Sneak and Show. I think we're going to be seeing that. Well, we're going to see it within the next 2 rounds. But
Oh, sad.
just my general. Aw, a frowny face.
What are you doing? 7 cards, Michael. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't you? If he mulligan, he better not be. He went to 5. Or I think he did. I don't know for sure. He just took too long to draw his cards. It looks like.
He was just
Just shuffling for like the next year. Went in there, tried to just bully Michael.
I could have sworn he drew a hand. I don't know. It's been like 2 minutes since the last game. Maybe I got it mixed up.
It's been a whole 2 minutes.
Of shuffling.
It's been too long. RB. Oh jeez. This isn't gonna last the night.
No, it's not. If you have your charger with you, we can.
It's right over there.
Okay, we can probably work something out.
Tech support, dude.
It needs a grounded is the issue, and I don't know if we have a grounded plug anywhere over there.
Nathaniel or Corey probably has an adapter, anyway, to move grounded into a 2-prong.
Let me grab this end, and it's gonna have to be somewhere over there, I believe. So what's he got? Ponder lands, Deathrite Shaman to learn. It's better than 5.
I mean, Ponder Deathrite is definitely better than going to 5, especially when you have like the lands to cast them.
Mm-hmm.
I think you kind of have to keep that.
Yeah, let's keep it there and like figure it out with him. Scry. I didn't get a look at what the Scry was. Generally pretty hard to see what the Scries are.
Yeah, something we all need to work on.
Corey's trying to figure that out so we can keep this up because this has been super useful.
It has been.
All right. Michael getting to go on the play. Asking for pregame effects.
Okay.
So what's he got here? Land, who cares?
He apparently has a slow hand, so that might be turn 3.
All right. Slow hand picks up literally almost any card, probably just goes off, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I'm Nathaniel. So we had the battle: Star City Games shirt versus Star City Games hoodie. I think.
And shirt? Is Nathaniel not on it? It's zipped up. I can't tell.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Tell him to strip.
I'm assuming it's a horror movie shirt.
Andrew, this is PG-13.
This is
And it probably
PG-13.
is a horror movie shirt.
Well, if it's PG-13, then saying strip is that bad.
No, you can say it, but you can't do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it.
Money match me. We'll save that for the Halloween stream. Like that Halloween stream.
I need to remember if I think I am.
All right, so the real battle: who wins, Lorwyn Ponder or Corset Ponder?
Yeah, I am. Okay, cool.
My money's always been on Lorwyn Ponder.
Full art.
Ooh.
I'm still a fan of Lorwyn, though you do have pink signatures.
I do have
in your
hot pink full art monitors.
Thank you, Steve Argyle. Shout out, Steve. I'll just get my Lily signed in hot pink. I'll do it.
Absolutely.
So I get him shadow signed with green.
Maybe.
What the hell is that?
That's ground seal.
Oh, I forget there's an old version of it. I was like expecting
That's not M12.
the M12 print.
Or M13. Ooh. Here we go. Corey saves the day.
Corey in the house.
In Corey's house.
Big surprise.
Thanks, man.
So ground seal, for those who don't know, cards in your it's a 2-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and cards in your graveyard cannot be the target spell.
I think it is cards in graveyards.
Is it? I thought it was just your
Tell him
graveyard.
to teach you.
Ground seal.
Cards
in graveyards cannot be the targets
Okay.
of spell or abilities.
So it's not just yours.
Yeah, it being all does matter quite a lot, actually. Alright. Here's a brainstorm. So yeah, Nathaniel having the ground seal makes that slower hand very good, as it gives him just the ability to kind of mess around for a bit here. Let me get this, because this is bright. There we go. Second ground seal. No graveyard interaction, thank you.
No thanks.
And here's a pedal and a pass.
It looks like a circle. Yeah.
Did he pick up a third Alurin? Yep. 3 Alurins, Cavern Harpy.
Well,
Just mono Allurins from Michael, finding his namesake, and just not doing anything against what Nathaniel's doing.
think you'll cast the second alarm? Should he cast the second alarm?
I don't think there's a reason to or not to. I think you'd rather hold mana up. There's an Allurin. Allurin, pass.
Well,
Here's the thing.
Alurin resolves first.
Yes.
Michael does gain priority, passes priority to Nathaniel. Nathaniel passes priority, and we move to combat.
Nope, we are actually
Oh.
in main phase 2 where
Oh, he
Allurin
swung
is
with
cast.
Death Right.
Yeah, there's a ground seal. That is a sweet 1-mana squire.
It's almost.
So he doesn't need ban. It doesn't even do anything.
Yeah. What is it?
No effects.
Graveyard hate? Makes mana?
Nuh-uh.
Nope. Me makes mana? Nope.
So what's he got? What's Nathaniel have access to? I'm sure he can win, but he just has to figure it out.
That's the bane of every Storm player.
Nathaniel's really good at.
So he has
figuring
land
it out.
5 in his hand and an Infernal Tutor. I think this might be a situation where he Infernal Tutors for another
Okay.
for one of the cards from his
So
hand.
Michael's dead.
Yep. Here are the counters, and you're dead? Yes?
We see the F6 and we see the Pokemon energy. I just think that's that.
Alright. There's lines. Okay, makes it easy. There's an Infernal Tutor in hand. There's a
Here's
million
Grand
mana
Swamp.
because we have 4 lands.
Nope.
Tutor. Are we in responsing? In response to Tutor, we're going to cast Cabal Therapy. And then crack. I don't... Oh, so that it gains threshold. Okay. That's adorable.
He is smart boy.
That's
He's
adorable.
Incredibly smart.
Alright.
Blue.
So here we are, big mana fellows. The triple blues from Nathaniel's lands, notably.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he still has access to the
Is he
Past in
gonna-
Flames
I think
anyways.
He's grabbing ad nauseam.
I heard the word exciting.
I
from
heard
Nathaniel.
exciting, so
We
that's
stopped
probably
on
ad nauseam.
He stopped on ad nauseam, but we're going through a second.
I mean, he's probably getting Past in Flames and just like doing the thing and then ad nauseaming.
I think he wins off.
Or he could cast ad nauseam.
Ad nauseam would be cool.
3,
Exactly.
That would be much
4,
cooler.
5, 6, 7.
Do it for the stream, Nathaniel.
For the stream, logistically, it would be just do the line that kills him the fastest.
No, no.
I
That's
think
not for the people, though.
your cantrips flashing back your cantrips has the ability to whiff. I think you'd need to find another mana source, so I think you might have to go at Nowseer.
Okay, well, so if you Past in Flames, you go up to... Okay, so he goes Tutor for Tutor, Past in Flames, goes down to 2 blue and a black. He still has the ability to cast a Cabal Ritual, which will bring him back up to 5, put him to 6 Storm. He can then go... God, it's just really hard here. The Tutor for Tutor play is actually one of the things that very commonly happens out of Storm, because it lets him chain together cards. Because now here he can go tutor for another ritual, use the ritual to cast the other tutor, and then get the Ad Nauseam, which is lethal.
Mm-hmm.
I found the logistics for it. Yep. Rit, tutor. Easy game.
GG easy.
Yep, go up to 9 Storm and 11, 12 mana floating. Is he trying to be adorable?
It's Nathaniel. It's the winning game. He's gonna cast Ad Nauseam.
He's gonna cast. Well, Ad Nauseam has a chance to whiff.
That's why it's funny.
Is he casting it?
No. He tutored it face down. Is he gonna flashback?
Oops, sorry.
What is he doing? Nathaniel,
Ponder.
Please stop.
I don't know, man. Just put those cards back. Duress you. I like duressing here because it makes sure he's clear. Double Allurin Cavern Harpy. Opinion.
Okay. It keeps him clear of Mindbreak Trap or Flusterstorm.
Response. Respond to the.
Michael's gonna kill himself!
I'm gonna do that 17 more.
So, Michael did die on the stack.
But he died to his own accord.
Yeah, he died.
Correct. I am dead, Michael yells.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Much better. Much better. All right.
That's a better way to go out.
So we're gonna have an intermission here, as we swap out. Nathaniel and Chucky are gonna be coming into the booth, and then Sebastian and I are gonna go get in the fray. Hopefully not against each other round 1. I'd like to continue playing throughout the night.
It's actually not super great for me.
It's Caracas or bust,
Right.
but I don't love those type of matchups.
I mean, a lot of your matches are like interaction or bust, so.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the mic off and go hand it off to one of them.
All right.
See you soon.
It's an hour hits.
Probably not a bad thing. It's an hour of really bad commentating on my part, and then
It should be fun.
oh, it'll be fun. I don't know anything about anything.
I'm here for the actual knowledge on Legacy, and you're here for the being you. Is your thing turned on?
Yay! Here.
Alrighty then. So we're gonna have Sneak and Show versus Death and Taxes is what they heard. Is what I heard.
That sounds fun.
Does it? Does it really?
They actually roll already? No.
Yeah, they already predetermined their thing. This is a matchup I'm honestly not like. I've played Sneak and Show some. I need to play Taxes eventually, but I keep procrastinating it.
I think it's really similar to any other matchup or most other matchups for Sneak and Show. Nice aggressive hand game 1. They're very likely to be favored despite any poor hands. And
That
then
being
side-
said, they do have Krakus.
That's true. Caracas and a lot of other nice taxable cards. So, yeah, it's on. Trying to turn off. Oh, what? It died. No, it's. Am I here? Can you hear me? Oh, it turned off. I think the mic is dead. Meow.
Alright, Chucky's trying to figure out his mic thing. And
Is it on? Okay.
okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Can people hear me?
Alright, so Thalia can be good. The thing is about Snake and Show is they can a lot of times they only need to cast one non-creature spell. A lot of times. So Thalia isn't as impactful as against say Delver or Storm or
Yeah,
a lot of things.
Caracas is far more important, especially if Andrew just has like the all-in turn 2 hand.
Yeah.
So
See how it goes from Sebastian's side. They are playing in the blind, so he can't just aggressively mulligan for that Caracas, which is going to bode well for Andrew, the game one here.
yeah. I think we'll see a slightly different matchup come game 2 and possibly 3.
Yeah.
Sebastian's sideboard plan is going to help him a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see a couple. Do we have a Caracas there? Can't tell just from the lighting if that's.
It kind of looks like a Caracas. That looks like a Legends card, but I can't tell for sure.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
That's a Caracas.
Okay, so he has Caracas, has his Wasteland, has a port, and
So his hand has all the land disruption aspects that he wants in a lot of matchups. He doesn't have the Aether Vial, which would help a lot here, but he does have access to the ability to disrupt Chucky a fair amount.
you mean Sebastian?
Same thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ha! Forgot. Good luck, son.
That is correct. Andrew does have the turn 2, if it weren't for the fact that Sebastian has the Caracas to disrupt him. And we're going to have to see if Sebastian is going to choose to hold up the Caracas or if he's going to shot in port. And it looks like that's what he's doing.
What do you think is reasonable here? It's very unlikely, given the one lane he has untapped, that he'd be able to do anything. So.
Yeah. And now Sebastian can... Does he have a Wasteland or no?
He does. It looked like he had a Wasteland. Yes, he has a Wasteland, a port, and he just drew an Aether Vial, so he could go with the safe play of keeping port to take down Tomb. Oh, that also works. Yeah, so he can keep doing his land tax. There's also an argument to try to get his Aether Vial on board so he can start making a board state.
Yeah. He needs to eventually figure out a way to start getting himself on the board.
Yeah.
And right now, he can also safely presume that Andrew is on Sneak and Show at this point because of the Ancient Tombs.
Right. Okay, so choosing to tap down the island rather than the tomb.
Yep.
See
And
how that bodes for him.
Andrew having to wait on the doing anything really because the Caracas can just free bounce the Emrakul once it comes into play.
Honestly,
Yeah, so your play of playing the Caracas and from the show and tell, that is a very good play. I think Sebastian may be going for something greedier where he wants to try to put in a value permanent of his own if his opponent were to show and tell, but because of that, Andrew's not going to show and tell until he safely can do it through the Caracas.
the other concern is that while show and tell's one aspect of this, he could also go sneak attack, and
Yeah.
then he doesn't have a way to answer that. So
Yeah, that's another big one because if Andrew were to pick up some Lotus Petals or mount, like the ability to cast and activate Sneak Attack in the same turn, it could be lights out for Sebastian.
Andrew still has an out. if he can manage to have Sebastian tapped out with the exception of the Caracas, he can Omniscience, cast the Emrakul, get the turn trigger, force him to bounce it, and then still cast it again.
Is he on the Omniscience build?
He is on
He is on
Omniscience.
it. Okay.
Yeah, so there he still has an out, but he's gonna get there. So
Yeah, TM.
TM.
Which right now the thing is, Sebastian's kind of falling into the play line that a lot of people fall into when playing against combo, where yes, you are disrupting them, but
and he has it.
yeah, he's disrupting them, but he's giving him so much time to do whatever he needs to.
Now, unfortunately, it's inevitable now.
Yeah. Once Andrew gets the Omniscience in play, that Caracas no longer does much of anything. So I'm curious how Sebastian's gonna play this.
I'm wondering too. I do wonder if he's thinking along the lines of the Omniscience. I mean, another thing is just stalling time. So, is that...
No, I don't know exactly what his list is running. If he's running,
That's Recruiter. So if he grabs... So his other counter to that could be, if he grabs Sanctum Prelate, he could name 15?
or does he have the mana to cast Sanctum Prelate here?
No, can't yet, unfortunately. It's one white, so he does not have enough white sources. Yeah.
But if he can put it on 15, like you said. Wait, isn't it only non-creature spells?
That's a good question. Let's get Oracle text. I guess then he'd have to put it on 10 for Omniscience then.
Well, no, because he's gonna show and tell that in.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, that doesn't matter. So 3 to stop show and tell. I guess that would be
Yeah, but he'd have to cast it this turn.
which unfortunately he can't. So
He could have attempted to keep Andrew off mana, but it wouldn't have worked here.
yeah, let's look here. Looking up Sanctum Prelate now. Oh, that's true. The nice thing is that he let's see, Prelate is non-creature, yes, so that would unfortunately do nothing. So I think he's just one turn too late.
Yeah.
Oh, he has.
Oh, Flicker Wisp does something here. Because he can flicker out the Omniscience, and then Andrew can not It stalls Andrew for one turn.
It does stall him for one turn, but then he'd have to find a way to cycle the Flicker Wisp to keep the Omniscience off the field during the time in which Emrakul could be cast.
Yeah.
The problem there is...
And Andrew's gonna get all the value he can at instant speed here. Casting a Brainstorm for free, because why wouldn't you? So does Sebastian have any options much further than just casting the sword here? Or is he just casting the sword, hitting, and hoping he's not dead?
That would be... That's what I would think. But I don't think it makes a difference.
Thank you, Amon Shanks, for following us. We hope to bring you more Magic the Gathering content in the future.
It's a nice little tag. Like,
yeah.
That little notification, that's awesome.
Yeah. That was Sebastian and Corey worked together on that, I believe.
Oh, that's cool. Things that I've missed while I've been getting there somewhere else.
Getting there with the saving of children.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
Amongst other things. Eating and sleeping mostly. So...
I'm sorry. I am very low energy right now. I'm about to crack open a monster and it's 9 o'clock. Probably shouldn't, but who needs sleep?
Yeah, sleeps for the week.
All right, thank you, David Drake 17 for following.
Awesome.
Not following, same thing. It's
Following.
It's following. Okay, I always get the things mixed up.
So
Oh, wait.
Annihilator trigger has happened. Yeah, well, that's happened in just the past turns while we've been.
Well, no, can Sebastian can still win? Can he not? Yeah, he can still win.
But does he see it though?
I have to imagine.
He does. Okay.
He needed to not sacrifice the Caracas.
It doesn't matter. He still got there. TM.
Wait, no, it didn't matter if he sacrificed the Caracas.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, he saw it.
The only other thing that could happen there, though, that would be concerning is if Andrew had a second Emrakul in hand, in which case he could cycle the turn and then kill him that way. But then once again, it wouldn't have mattered.
All right. So how he thank you Emperor Canaries for following us. And as for how he was able to get there in that game was that so Sebastian takes the 15 damage. He's still alive. He doesn't have any lands, but since Andrew is at 8 life, he has the Flicker Wisp with a sword on it, which deals 5 damage plus his trigger is 7, and then he has 2 damage on the ground, so that's 9 damage. And that's lethal.
Yep. So he will kill him on the swing back. So now that I've realized that you pick up that tagline for each name, it would be great if people started sending like highly convoluted or offensive names in their handles so that you'd have to read them and say thank you.
So
Something, insert your phrase here.
that's what happened with John's username.
Oh, yes.
So apparently someone caught me later and was talking about it, and they were like, "Yeah, I like how you were trying to tap dance around saying the username, and then Chucky just not Chucky.
No, it was
yeah,
me.
It was
definitely
just
me.
immediately screamed the name.
Oh, it Come Ghost? Yeah, it
Yeah.
happened. I mean, that's the name. It's
You can't not say the name.
yeah.
That's disrespectful. Apparently.
I mean, it may be a sentence like "Come Ghost," but he just spelled it a different way. I don't know. We know where this is going, but yeah, sure. In the meantime, more followers are great. So if you want to send your gutter trash handles over here, we're happy to read them off. So all the more reason to come follow us. So sideboarding here, great for Sebastian. He's going to be able to bring in, if I assume he's playing a stock list, some number of containment priests, some number of Aethersworn canonists.
Yep.
And those are going to be huge. He should also be able to bring in, if he has a Pithing Needle, not a bad idea to bring in for sneak attack itself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he has some things to play around with. Game 1, it's kind of surprising to see him get it, but I think he had just enough disruption to let himself live long enough to win the game.
yeah, play to his outs.
Yeah.
So, on the other hand, Andrew, rather than playing a sideboard that allows him to change his type of game plan, he's going all in. So he plays a lot of hate cards.
Yep.
And I would imagine amongst those, Blood Moon is likely to be coming in.
Blood Moon, I think that, if I remember correctly, they were talking about Wipe Away as a card to possibly bring in against Krakus matchups, because it bounces a land.
Yeah, it bounces any permanent, and the split second effect is really relevant. So I don't know if that matters as much against Sebastian, more than it matters against, in particular, blue decks.
Yeah.
But also the fact that he can't activate it in response is relevant. So
Yeah, there are different things. So I'm gonna.
just enjoying some of our
Comments.
lively chat. I wish I could read any glasses.
Yeah, so it's always funny how the mono-white deck known as Death and Taxes just has so many important non-basic lands in both Modern and Legacy. More so in Legacy, though. I'm gonna mess up my sleeping schedule real quick and go grab a Monster.
That sounds great. Are there any other caffeinated beverages?
Do you want a caffeinated beverage?
I would love something. I have work to do once I leave. That's why I got to leave at 10.
I will be right back then.
All right, so you're alone with me looking so far. Looks like Andrew's got a pretty decent hand. I saw show and tell Emrakul some lands. I don't think he has a whole lot to back up behind it. I didn't see any counter magic, but enough to just go for glory. Looks like Sebastian once again has the land disruption that he needs. Looks like a Caracas, but I don't see a whole lot else going on in his hand. So could be risking not having much play to have the lands to answer combo. Andrew aggressively playing his island across to the other side of the playmat, really just showing sternly that his island rules the battlefield. And Sebastian's hand went from bad to worse with more lands. But he's still not in terrible shape.
Update.
All
Alex
right.
drank my monster.
Update. Alex is some type of goblin. But I will drink a Diet Dr. K. I don't know how that's going to taste.
It tastes acceptable.
It's going to taste like Dr. Pepper, but different.
It tastes like acceptance.
How is it compared to Dr. Thunder? 'Cause,
Nothing compares to Dr. Thunder.
you know, when I finished medical school, I actually wanted to change my name to Thunder. That way I could be Dr. Thunder.
Right, sorry, not to detract too much of the game. So,
We're still waiting on
Sebastian just
something to
throwing down the Containment Priest. He has the Caracas, he has the Chalice. I mean, he has the,
Ooh, and
vial.
and he just put a little salt on the table.
So, Andrew has the Sneak Attack in play now. He can't activate it yet because there's the Containment Priest in play, but I'm sure he's going to be able to find an answer for that.
Once again, Andrew's deck is fairly resilient. He still has the route of going with Omniscience in order to cast it and get around Containment Priest.
Mm-hmm.
So, still alive.
Oh, jeez.
Fortunately, did not catch what Sebastian named his Cavern of Souls. Not that it
I'm gonna
matters
assume it's
greatly.
humans.
That's a good thing to assume. Recast is that a Mirror Crusader?
Sebastian has a pretty solid clock on, all facts considered.
Yeah, if he's able to get a sword or something added onto that Mirror Crusader, things will get out of hand.
Yeah.
Although I don't think he has it. Sebastian kept a rather greedy hand in the sense that he kept a bunch of lands in order to have his setup with Caracas and Wasteland. Paid
Yeah.
off drawing the Containment Priest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, keeping the hand with the good disruption. I'm sorry, Casket. I'm struggling with puns for Legacy.
Alright, Casket. About to drop the hammer on you. That is YOU''RE. Fix yourself.
So, yep, Andrew putting that Grizzlebrand in.
Yep, that's a thing. Time to do the thing where you draw 7.
And, Sebastian's gonna bounce it, but I don't know how much that's gonna matter, honestly.
Yeah, so now see if he's able to just completely fill his hand with things that are relevant.
Alright, so, he's just gonna pedal and probably put in... So, if he has the Grizzlebrand and the Emrakul, he can just go for the win here. But if he doesn't have the Grizzlebrand, I mean, if he doesn't have the Emrakul, then this game will probably last one more turn.
Oh,
Oh my god. It's a monster.
juice. And that looks like the ball game. Oh yeah, both.
Yep, that's 22 exact lethal.
That's called.
And by
brutal.
exact lethal, I mean overkill. But it's fine. When you just gotta summon a demon in a Cthulhu-like horror to kill your opponent.
Well, I mean, think of it this way: if you ever get spaghetti, you never grab how much you actually should have. You always grab more.
Yeah.
Because we're in America, so
Right.
22 is acceptable.
So, not a grammar major, Chucky. Even. Casca in the comments still.
All right, so
Still mulling over the loss he had over the weekend. As local IQ. Our friend AJ, who has not touched competitive Magic in 2 years, decided to play for the funsies and got second. So.
well, my hero Dale Earnhardt said, second place is the first loser. So
AJ's still a loser.
in addition to that, you forgot a comma after the word major, so you're close, but you're not there yet. I'm going to focus on Magic, give you some time.
To get there, TM.
Didn't see any significant changes in sideboarding.
No.
I wouldn't expect any. It's fairly linear as far as the sideboard play. So.
That being said, I would like to point out that Sebastian had a fair amount of hate for what Andrew was trying to do, and it didn't really matter that game.
I also get a sideboard and put in freaking I don't remember that Mirror Crusader.
Oh, he brought it? Wait, he accidentally brought in Mirror Crusader?
I think so, or he just didn't take them out.
I think you forgot to take him out.
I mean, if he doesn't have anything else to take out, it's fine. Like, it's a decent clock.
Yeah, a lot of it depends simply on exactly that. Keeping things relevant to answering around the combo and keeping pressure. Okay, well, I appreciate being named Grammar Police. However, you forgot the colon after Andrew to then associate that you're making a title, and then grammar and police are not capitalized, so... It's good to be here.
Chucky, your commentary is much appreciated.
I can do this all day, actually. I could.
Alright, leave Casket alone. Let's talk about some Magic.
It's fair. Looks like leading off.
Leave
Oh, already.
Yep, just that early show and tell.
Oh, and Sebastian with his hate answers. So.
Alright, got that contain. I mean,
Ooh.
got that Omniscience in play now, though. Oh.
So I guess the question is, does Sebastian just lose here?
Most likely.
I mean,
He's drawing 7 cards with an Omniscience in play. Chances of him failing are pretty low.
and he's just gonna draw 7 more, and then there's Emrakul. That's game. All right.
Yep.
That's the way it is. All right, and I have to actually inform you all that I have to leave now because the hospital just texted me. So.
All right. So, well, good luck at the hospital, Chucky. Wish you the best of luck, and I'm sure the people you're helping would appreciate the best of luck for you.
Yep.
So, we're gonna have a substitute of a someone who used to be regular but is no longer such to go and commentate with me, and we have 2 more matches, and then the finals, which will be me versus whoever wins these this pod.
Okay, sounds good. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Have a fabulous night, Chucky.
Have fun saving lives.
Woo! I forgot I'm fat. There we go. All right.
Andrew's laugh. I'm glad that the laughter from Andrew can be heard in the camera. Worth noting, we are in different rooms.
Hello,
So the fact
everybody.
that his laugh can be heard is quite
It's a good
an
laugh.
accomplishment.
It's a top tier laugh.
So, John in the commentary booth here, I don't think he's been formally in.
Nope. Well, I
When we
mean,
were first testing everything, you were, but not since we got...
Yeah, I helped Corey arrange a lot of the stuff, and I helped with some ideas being tossed around.
Yeah. Since then, we've obviously changed a lot. We got the new logo. We got the
Oh, no,
playmat.
everything looks
The playmat fade is beautiful.
beautiful. Everything's great. Hopefully, I should start coming by sooner.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear.
I mean, hopefully we'll be doing this for a while, and
Oh yeah,
hopefully more often than once a week once we get everything settled.
yeah. Corey and I were talking about that a bit.
Yeah.
Or at least like alterations in days.
Yeah. So we are going to see Alex on
Alex is on. I think he's on blue. I think he's on Grixis Delver.
He's not on Grixis.
Grixis.
He's most likely on Bug.
Bug, yeah, Bug Delver. That's what he's on.
Actually, let me go yell at them real quick to see what matchup we're about
he's
to
on
go
Bug
see.
because I remember playing against
Do we
him.
know what Corey's gonna be on?
Alarian.
Is Corey's also doing Lauren?
Yep, he's also doing Alarian.
Hmm.
I mean, who do you think's favored in that matchup?
Lauren feels slightly favored, but Delver always has the ability to just pull through in any matchup. Efficient threats plus efficient counterspells and
Just all the good stuff.
land destruction. And there is a lot going for Corey here, though.
Both. Leovold's definitely a card.
Leo is good, and
You're right, Casket. Chucky is the hero here.
yep. Chucky, always being the amazing person he is, just plays some magic. All right, played some magic. Time to go
Alright,
save
time
the
to go
kitties.
Save a kid. Save a baby.
Yep, that's his thing.
Just casual stuff, you know.
The casual Chucky.
You know, oh no, my kid's dying. I gotta fix that real quick.
All right. So they're taking a second to move everything around. So
Flip flap. Wait, who's gonna be manning the booth?
so the booth should be manned by Sebastian over there, I think, or not.
You'll get the last one.
Hey Sebastian.
Interrupting commentating.
What?
Although, are you guys even commentating right
Yeah,
now?
we're
What commentary?
definitely
Okay,
talking.
great. I need to buy a modern deck.
Okay.
What deck should I buy?
What modern deck should you buy?
Yeah. Are you about to get? How about this? Let's put it up in Twitch chat.
Twitch chat. Which deck should he buy? He'll do it right now. He'll buy it.
What deck
He'll go on
should Chucky
TCG
buy?
Player.
Let's get some tallies.
Madman.
You guys start keeping score on the votes and get back to me on those results as I go and make this kid.
All
All right. The people that are in the chat right now are making a decision that's gonna cost him up to $1,000. You kids got this.
I can
Alright,
buy. I
well-
can literally buy any deck. I have access to
Well-
whatever. I just need you to tell me what I need to go buy.
Well,
To do this, I'm gonna go and
Rude
do live things.
disturbed.
Huh? What?
Are you disturbed?
Said Abzon.
Oh, of course they did.
Ooh, Scred Red. Ooh, you can
That-
play
that
Scred
being
Red
said-
Redemption.
I actually like
I'm not
Jessica.
gonna say what I have in response to that because it's not very nice.
Not that my not sure how much my vote matters here, but probably Jessica Tempo or Affinity for you.
So that's 2 votes for Affinity. That's 4 votes for Jessica.
I vote for Affinity.
Okay, so 3 for Affinity. The good nice thing too is that I am now, since it's been worked out, I am not selling anything anymore. I'm only building. So I plan to get
All right, cool.
everything, but
What
what
do
I
you,
need first
what
is
don't you have for Affinity? Because I
I literally have 0 cards.
I have all the bulk. And I also have like a good amount of blue white Stoneblade. Like I have the Stoneforge, I have all the lands, I have all that good
Okay.
stuff. The Brainstorms, the Ponders, the Force of Wills. I have all
Okay.
that.
Well, let's see what Twitch chat also says. We'll go from there.
Alright. Well, so far, are you disturbed, John? That's me, Ryan.
I know, but we're like
Is that Ryan? Press 1 if you're Ryan in the chat.
trying not to confuse the people and like the people that aren't within the group. So that way, they don't just wonder who we're talking to. Nah, Chucky is turning a new leaf. He's gonna keep everything, and Delver is best deck. Yeah, that may be the case, but not necessarily modern.
We got 2 Ryans in the chat. What do I do?
They are multiplying.
There's 2 of them now. Oh no.
All right. So let's. Did we see who won?
Sebastian, are you manning the booth? Who's controlling like game wins? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we had Andrew.
Forgot about Andrew.
I was like, I feel like there's 7 people, but yeah.
Black White Eldrazi. What are your thoughts on Black White Eldrazi?
Black White Eldrazi is fine. I don't think it's the deck that.
I built it and I hated it. Well, I built like a very bad variant.
Yeah, I personally like. I like the safe picks right now for someone like Chucky. Just getting back into it, I don't like to pick anything that might be the fringe deck of the week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting back into Magic soon, and I'm probably just gonna build Affinity because I have like everything but Opals and Arcbounds.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to recommend Humans, but honestly, I think that Humans got there at the mostly open just because it kind of preyed on how the meta was shaping up.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I was like, nah, I don't want to spend any more money than I have to, at least currently.
Yeah. All right. So
What format? Are they asking for me?
So next Tuesday we're going to probably be doing standard. And by probably I mean we're doing standard next Tuesday. It just makes sense. There's a GP coming up shortly.
Yeah, but next Tuesday is also Halloween, so might have to do something special.
Some spoopy.
Something spoopy. Something spoopy.
I mean, Scarab God is pretty spoopy.
Yeah, but what else is spoopy in standard format? I don't know anything about standard.
Scarab God.
Scarab God?
No, there's more to it, but Scarab God's a dumb card.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Sweet. Smiley faces. Heck yeah, dude. Nah, I'll play, like, Skeleton Tribal.
But no, there might be something, work out something special for the Halloween.
Yes. Alright. Well.
And, Alex already kind of
In a good spot.
kind of ahead because he's on play and he has Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, first person to get the Deathrite out is usually in a good spot.
Yeah. Deathrite Shaman card that's a hot topic right now because a lot of people were wanting it banned, but
I don't think it should.
it should not be banned.
Nope. Yeah, what do you think becomes out of hand if Deathrite gets banned?
I don't think necessarily. I think that it's necessary to give fair decks the ability to play a game 1 against graveyard decks, like Reanimator, Dredge, to a lesser extent Storm. I mean, I'm not forgetting Card Advantage Powerhouse, better known as Search for its Kanta, but we're not talking about the Card Advantage Powerhouse known as Search for its Kanta right now.
I have no clue what you just said. I don't even. What's that card do?
Eldritch Moon is such a fun. We're not.
Why are we talking about Eldritch Moon right now?
So, I'm not the biggest fan of the newest of Ixalan Limited. I actually really enjoyed Hour of Devastation, Amonkhet Limited. There are a lot of mechanics that made Limited just very neat to play. That being said, Corey getting him to Turok here, which means
he got
he's got Wastelanded. Alex has a Deathrite in play, and right now Corey's just being put in a very bad position.
A lot of stuff going on. Force? Ooh.
So,
I mean, Alex still got what he wanted. Corey doesn't have 2 cards in hand.
Corey discarded 2 cards to essentially and paid a life to essentially choose what was discarded by the him. So it's not great, but it's also better than just 2 random cards being taken. Yeah, I agree. Ixalan has brought some interesting things to standard, but I actually really enjoy what it's brought to standard. But the limit is just kind of
Yeah, this standard format made me consider getting into standard just from hearing you talk about it.
It's an amazing standard format. The control decks of this format are amazing to play. There's a viable tier 1
token.
Debatably tier 1 token strategy. And then Teamer Energy is still just Teamer Energy.
Yeah. I'll look through some decks, hopefully.
Yeah.
I got a Strix.
Alright, and yep, once again, Alex just keeping that tempo up. And he has no lands in play, but that doesn't matter because he has a Deathrite, and standard is great. Decks
aren't very...
Yeah, the decks are pretty reasonable. I was looking into buying into MPGO, and it'll cost me less than $200 to pick up the deck I went to on MitGo, which is reasonable.
That's awesome, actually. How much is the token deck?
Not that much. PPG. So, Godpharaoh's Gift deck right now, it's a good deck. It does certainly have bad matchups though, and I think that the lists that aren't running mainboard ways to cleanly deal with Scarab God need to be changed in order to play around it.
What did he get off of Shardless?
He got a Sylvan Library, but the Sylvan Library was dazed.
RIP.
And so, Alex did that just because he's trying to just push the early game, trying to keep this out of a late game match, because it's not. This isn't a match he wants to play in the late game.
He played Delver. If that Delver flips, Corey's in an awful spot.
Yeah, if the double flips, and even without it flipping, it
It's just a
appears
bad
that
spot.
that Tarmogoyf is a 6/7 right now, and that is a large amount of beats.
That's a big old boy. It's a big old green boy. Alright. Does Corey... What's in Corey's hand?
I can't really tell. Corey's flipping around his hand a lot, making it a little hard to follow what's happening, but I'm sure we're going to see very shortly what he is planning on doing.
Oh, Leovold.
Leovold is a really good card,
Alright, yeah, that's good.
but that being
Does
said,
have another days in
the bigger deal is he's still facing down a 6/7 Tarmogoyf,
Yeah.
and Leo doesn't do anything great there. Okay.
Alright, sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Another Shardless. Yeah, I can definitely see the other Shardless. And
Shardless
having
is cool.
access to another Shardless can give him options later down the road. And he's probably just going to chump block this turn. He needs to maintain that life total because once the Delver flips, he's not going to be able to block that, at least with what he has in play.
And plus, Deathrite's just constantly taking a toll on his life total.
Well,
basically.
yeah,
not
Deathrite
currently
will
with
not
the days, but
not
it
currently,
can.
but Deathrite is a threat.
Oh. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, that's a neat play.
Good.
So he's able to use the revolt from bringing back a land with days to enable Fatal Push to be active. I'm gonna let Andrew talk to them and
Yeah.
chat about standard. Try not to get too.
Too off topic. We're playing Legacy after all.
Yeah.
Well, we
That
are
being
not.
said, this game is really quickly going out of grasp for Corey.
Does not look good for good old Corey.
Yeah. So he
Yes,
needs
he
he,
does.
he
Does
needs
have
a
a
good
little-
hit off that Shardless.
Oh, if I can see what's in. No, Alex has no counter. Magic.
Because, well, the thing is, even if he Shardlesses into like a removal spell for the Tarmogoyf, he's still facing down. If that Delver flips, he will die from just Deathrite activation plus Delver.
Delver. Dead. Alright. What helps him out the most here?
Brainstorm,
Brainstorm's
not the card that he wants.
Nope.
He needs either a removal spell for one of the 3 creatures in play, or
something
a-
to block.
yeah.
Possibly flip Delver, so any of the birds would have
Yeah.
been good.
I think not parasitic.
I think Balfour Strix would.
Baleful Strix was probably the best hit there.
What has he seen off of his brainstorm?
So we're gonna ignore what they're talking about in there.
Alex has missed several land drops apparently.
Amongst other things that are So right
But he's
now,
still
Corey,
in a very demanding lead.
commanding position. Yeah. Alex is a pretty good Delver player. He's very good at leveraging the early tempo to pull ahead and stay ahead, like he
very-
is in this game.
He's very aggressive with it.
Which
Oh, that was some gesturing from Alex.
that's Alex for you.
That is a good old Alex. That's PG-13, right?
Yeah. I know we're fine for PG-13.
Hopefully.
Alex knows to be a reasonable human being.
You're asking a lot, dude. That's a bold statement. That's a very bold statement.
That's fair.
Oh, random noises. Land drop. What gets Corey out of this? Outside of...
I'm not for sure what really gets Corey out of this.
'Cause he's gonna have to
He's
chump.
low on cards, so he can't.
Well, he's also just dead if Delver flips.
He's dead if Delver. Well, yeah, he's just dead if Delver flips. He can go for. I believe he has the Bird Dad in his hand. No, he does not.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you could choose from.
Yep. So Alex trying to figure out what he wants to eat with the death right,
Yeah.
and he's going ahead and taking brainstorm, putting Corey down 3. Now Corey needs to fade a hit off of this Delver.
All right. Let's see. No.
So fade a hit on
was
that.
a trop. All right. Chump.
Yeah. So Corey has a turn, but in that turn he needs to answer basically every creature in play.
Yeah.
He can leave the Tarmogoyf in play and chump block it, but he can't let Alex untap with the Deathrite, and he can't let Alex untap with the Dauber. And Alex choosing instead to let off the pressure instead of just keep draining him, he's going to cast a
That's
Liliana the Last Hope,
Pretty nice.
which just makes it so there's even less likely that Corey's going to win this game.
Yeah, it could kill any. I mean, like, he's already kind of dead, but
Yeah.
it just kind of, it's that extra cushion of, like,
Yeah. That being said, I don't actually like doing that there. I like just keeping up the exile with the Deathrite to keep
yeah.
Corey under
No,
pressure.
It's a waste of mana, but
I think the line is fine because at this point, Corey needs a miracle to pull this game off.
I mean, 20-2, and then Alex has a whole board, and Corey just has a bunch of lands. Like
He has 2 cards.
what I'm trying to think what Alurin does to get out of this that isn't somehow just getting the combo. But does he even have, how many combo pieces does he have in hand?
He has 0 combo pieces in hand.
So he just doesn't get out of this.
No.
Okay. We're going to game 2. Yep, that's what it's looking like. Alright, demanding game 1.
All right. So
Alex.
technically speaking, Corey's still alive
Okay, technically.
because he's able to gain the life off the Strix to go up to 4 life, and because Alex chose not to go for the line of dealing the damage,
Yep.
Corey is a life total.
I think they're playing out, but it just still looks like Corey's going to lose.
Yeah, they're playing it out, but there's not an incredible amount that Corey gains here.
And what's he draw?
So,
Block with the burb?
I'm not really.
Or do you just take it? I think you have to take it. Oh, yeah?
I think you have to take it here.
Yeah, no, because he just dies to death, right?
He has his own. Oh wait, his Deathrite is summoning sick. Never mind.
Yeah.
And
It's not looking good.
no, it is not.
What's going on?
So Alex does not have access to black mana on Incept, so he can't force through the Deathrite damage.
What card could Corey have in hand?
If he has a removal spell for that Delver of Secrets, I actually think he can start to pull ahead,
Yeah.
but he does not.
Leo should have swung. I mean, yeah, there's no reason for Leo to not have swung. If Corey comes back,
I would be impressed if Corey came back. That is one of the better. Not really. Liliana the Last Hope makes that a bad draw.
yeah. He does have an Abrupt Decay in hand.
He has an Abrupt Decay, but I don't know how much
I
that really
think-
matters.
Well, he hits the death right, then he has a blocker with Baleful Strix. But no,
Yeah.
Lily kills the Baleful Strix, actually.
So yeah, Alex is going to be able to force through the Deathrite damage by activating on instep, untapping, activating, and then Corey can't respond with his Deathrite.
Okay. That was pretty good.
It's pretty good, but he's still
Oh, he's
Dead
still
here.
dead, super
Yeah.
dead, but
Yeah.
he did the best play he could.
yeah. Corey played well, but I think that Alex just maintained
yeah.
got that advantage really early and maintained it throughout the game. Made it really hard for Corey to gain any traction. So going game 2 here.
On the sideboards.
This matchup is going to be a matchup that it's going to get a lot of times grindy. Both of these decks have the ability to play a good late game.
Yeah, but that combo on Corey's side is really good.
Each side has their own thing that makes that gives them a slight edge. Corey has the ability to combo late game.
And Alex can just pull ahead.
Alex
like he
can
did.
gain so much tempo early.
Yeah.
Alex should be aiming to get that early tempo every game, but he can't always necessarily gain it. So a lot of times it's just trying to evaluate: do I want to try to go for a tempo plan, or do I want to start setting up for a late game?
And do you know what's in any of these sideboards?
Not off the top of my head. So we're gonna just kind of
Magic
roll
cards?
with it. Yeah, magic cards are the most likely culprit.
Okay, that's good.
So we're just gonna roll with it and see what they bring in. They're sideboarding in the blind from us.
Alright,
so
far Alex is taking out. Well, okay, what do you think Alex takes out? Days.
probably Force Wills.
Looked like he was taking out Days.
That's fair. Because Corey's playing Alurin,
Yeah, Days. might-
Force Will is actually an important card to have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Days,
Yep.
Days and 2 Jaces, and I didn't see the other 2 cards.
Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. That's sweet.
So yeah.
I love that card.
All right. Corey thinking this one out. I think it's been a little bit since Corey's played Legacy. He did play this deck for a good little bit.
He played it for that team event, right?
He played for the team event. No,
Yeah, he did. He played it for the team event with it was you. I'm trying to remember which team event because there was.
it wasn't the team event where Alex played Legacy. I think there was
Sure.
another team event. Yeah, because Alex
the
was playing
one in-
Legacy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Though it was you, Chucky,
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
and you were on standard at the time.
Yeah, I was on standard. I was having a bad day that day.
Yeah.
It seems that whenever we go to team events, at least one person has a really bad day and one person has a really good day.
When I did the team event, I misplayed awful, and I was playing like Eldrazi Tron. I was doing so bad, and I still pulled out some games.
My team missed day 2, the most recent team event we went in. I was 8-1 in my matches, and our team ended up 6-3. So that it left a real feel bad taste because I didn't blame my teammates. They played well. It's just when you're running hot and you still don't make day 2, that just feels bad.
It feels awful. These games are like 4 times longer than Storm versus.
That is
I
true.
mean-
That's because Storm versus Dredge is degenerate, and it's the thing
It's-
that people
It's the best side
expect
of
from
Legacy.
Legacy.
It's the best side.
the absolute
It's the
worst
best-
side of Legacy.
I think it's the best side. I don't like playing Magic against my opponent. I just kind of like having someone to talk to while I do my own thing.
It's weird though because I don't usually play.
I tried to get Corey's, but he shuffled it in too quick. But it was Meekstone, Abrupt Decay, Umazawa's Jitty, and
Giddy.
2 of something else, but I didn't actually get a
Okay.
list of it.
So,
But I
So-
think he brought his place out forcible out.
So Corey took out his playset Force Wills as you'd expect.
and brought
Brought in an Umazawa's Jite,
Meekstone,
Meekstone, and not sure about the rest. Didn't get to see it before it happened.
Magic cards.
Magic cards.
Most likely Magic cards.
But yeah, now
But
to
back
finish my
to the
statement.
Storm Dredge. Best matchup.
It's weird because in every other format, I never get to really eat food in between rounds because I tend to play decks that go in the long games, regardless how fast you play. But in Legacy, my matches are done in like 20 minutes, and I get to eat, and it's great, and I'm not dying. And dying is one of my least favorite things to do at a Magic tournament.
Well, you could
It's my absolute least favorite is the convention food, and also how
Yeah.
much you pay for the convention food.
convention food sucks, and I have a very restricted diet, so it's just convention food, convention water,
Convention
which
water.
is like lead water, pretty much. half
That's
the time.
that's why. Pro tip for those at home: if you're gonna go to a Magic event, bring snacks.
Bring snacks, bring water, sneak it in through your backpack.
If they search you,
Just say, look, dude,
just go past them.
do you want a granola bar? And he'll be like, you know what? I'm feeling a granola bar today.
I'm not suggesting you sneak stuff in.
But at the same time,
2 out of 10 would not recommend. That is correct. Dying, just wouldn't recommend it.
yeah. Well, that's why we have Chucky around.
Yep, that is Chucky's purpose on the team. He is our team's healer.
What are you? If he's healer, what does that make you?
Me?
If he's healer, what are you?
Dude, I don't know what I am.
I'd like to think I'm the bard, but I don't know.
I actually don't really play D&D, so I don't know the classes. Everything I name off is gotta be related to Final Fantasy, so
Well,
like...
name it off, dude.
Can I just be like, wait, no shit. Shoot. Same thing.
PG-13 language, everyone be prepared.
I mean, like, if it wasn't a Final Fantasy game, I'd probably be like Red Mage or something.
Ooh. Red Mage?
They got that slick style going
You got
on.
this, yeah.
I'm thinking of the early Nintendo versions where like they had the
Yeah.
red hat, you know, they had
All the
a
cool
lot of
stuff.
red.
The 8-bit or... Yeah, you're thinking
Yeah.
of the 8-bit ones.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so mad. So about 2-3 years ago,
Mhm.
it was the summer after I graduated. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. So I bought a brand new SNES. And I was like, all right, what games do I want to play? I got like some free games. I got like the Duck Hunt Mario cartridge, and then I was like, I want Final Fantasy 1.
Yep.
Got Final Fantasy 1, and in the time, because after that we drove up to Lynchburg,
Mhm.
and my friends are dumb and wouldn't let me drop it off at my house, and it's a very hot day.
Yep.
The battery in the cartridge exploded and corroded the whole entire
That
entire
feels bad.
thing, and I was pretty not happy about that one.
All right, so back to the game. Corey is a mixed Stoner's play, but is getting him to rock.
Oh no, I was just. No. I think I'm good. I was just talking low.
Okay, just talking low.
We got a him.
All right,
What's that?
Alex determined him, and
Let's see what he gets.
I'm also, is Corey fetching currently? Was he just
I
shortcutting
think-
a fetch?
I
I'm
think
not for
so.
sure.
Well, what's that to the side?
The card beside his lance, it's a Meek Stone.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Alright.
Alex complaining about his lack of German cards, I think.
Yep, Alex.
I-
So each of us have our own things in Legacy. Alex likes to German out his decks, and I like to Japanese out my decks. Hard to tell on camera, but majority of his deck is German, and majority of my deck is Japanese. So
We'll look into that. I'll talk to. I mean,
we've done a lot of work on the visuals, and we thought up to this point it was looking comparable to a lot of coverage. As it is hard to maintain.
yeah.
Like
Visual.
getting a lot of the, it's a lot harder than it may initially seem to minimize all the things that make it hard to stream physical Magic.
Yeah. Plus lighting and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just budget for high quality cameras is also ridiculous as well.
Well, considering how much
Yeah.
the audio,
Yeah.
even though I mean, we hope it sounds good.
But thank you for that.
Thank you for the input though, and we do hope to slowly improve on every aspect of the stream as we
Yeah,
go on.
I'm sure it will. Well, I hope it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's going on now?
So Corey's just fetching and going to cast a Shardless.
Ooh, sweet. Bop. That's
Alright.
gonna resolve.
So the big thing is cards.
Card scanner.
What?
What about a card scanner?
I'm a little. Do you mean having access to a card scanner casket? As in like having something to physically show random cards of importance.
Onto the side, yeah.
I assume that's the case.
How much does that even cost?
So the big thing is that with currently how we have it, that the amount of work that it takes to maintain a physical card scanner, as well as to just have the thing fold up on the side, it requires a lot of work, and it can it's hard to maintain also having a clean looking stream while doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I 100%. 100% agree with that. The cards are visible, and the playing's nice.
Yeah.
Did you see what he drew off of Brainstorm?
I did not. I was reading. I was reading different reading comments here as so that was.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Casket. It means a lot.
Thank you very much.
All right. So let's see what Alex is gonna cast here.
Fetch Bayou.
So right now there's
Thank you, Casket.
both players are kind of we're at a point where neither one person is very far ahead. Corey is slightly ahead at this point, but that Liliana, the last hope, will start shoring things up for Alex if Corey doesn't have meaningful follow-up.
Thank you so much. We are happy you are satisfied to be watching. But, sweet. Oops.
So Abrupt Decay making quick work of the Liliana, and now he has a follow-up with Deathrite Shaman.
Corey's kind of in the driver's seat right now.
And yeah, this game is slipping away from Alex. He doesn't have the ability to get back in the game like Corey can,
Okay.
being as a lot of his cards are to maintain tempo. But he does have some cards like the Jaces he brought in and Tombstalkers,
Yeah.
which can help him out in this type of situation.
And Ponder, I think it was. Yeah, it was him. I think it was him, Leovold, and then random card.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Once Aloran gets up to 4 mana, and if you don't really have a threat or any, and you're not really trying to pressure them, you are pretty far out of the game as a Bug Dauber player, or as in general as just a Dauber player.
Alright. Yeah, Alex doesn't. He has Forces. He has Leo,
Okay,
of course.
Leo is decent. So he can't really attack with it because Meek Stone.
Oh, no, definitely not.
And Corey does have the advantage of having Deathrite to activate every turn, which can allow him to just start slowly draining him out. Yeah, the Meek Stone makes it really hard for Alex to get traction in this game. He needs to hit a threat which is relevant and also be able to hit an Abrupt Decay or... Yeah, I think Abrupt Decay is his main and only answer to the Meek Stone.
Mhm. What 2 cards on Corey's hand?
Alright, Corey, it looks like he has a Brainstorm,
Brainstorm.
and maybe a land. I can't make out the other card.
Was it Brainstorm and Trap? Alright.
So,
Yeah, it was Brainstorm and
UC. And he just passed in here. He's not in a big rush to do anything.
Yeah,
And the Brainstorm is super bad with the Leo in play.
Yeah, he's also got. Oh yeah, it's grotesque. Crane would have been.
No,
sweet.
it's not. It can definitely look like Flint Nest, but I'm pretty sure it's Brainstorm and yeah, it's definitely Brainstorm and UC.
Brainstorm and UC.
It's the D-Trap. I'm not gonna try to pronounce her name, but the Mercadian Masks are of Brainstorm.
Dude, I don't even know like the name of any
I'm pretty sure it's
artist.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced D Trezzy, but I feel like that's incorrect.
Deathrite doing the Deathrite thing.
Yep.
Eating that Ponder.
And Alex does have the Tomogorth, but because of the Meek Stone,
The Meek Stone makes things really difficult.
is so Tomogorth is currently at 7-8, which is almost as big as it can possibly get.
It just needs Tribal
Yep.
for it to be as big as it can get.
Tribal, and it will be an 8-9, which is pretty good for 2 mana.
Which is a very nice body.
So one thing of note here, that I've learned from playing a lot of Storm, is that in positions like this, it's sometimes correct to use the Ponder to just set up your top cards, regardless of the fact that you don't draw a card, Because right now, Corey needs to hit very specific things because he's once again in a bad position, even though he
Yeah.
was so far ahead earlier on. It's actually kind of impressive that Alex has managed to turn the tables here.
If that Abrupt Decay really put in some work. Late to convert, but really like the audio quality of the stream better than most who were just starting out.
Thank you. It's we tried to iron out the audio before we started doing this and trying to get it out there.
Yeah.
Uh,
You want to make sure things like this are clear. I've done minor stuff with film. I've helped friends with like film projects and all that stuff, and you can kind of get away with like it's funny because the visuals are crappy and that kind of like B-movie kind of aesthetic, but you always want to have at least clear like audio.
No, it's a big turnoff to turn on a stream and you just hear that like that crispy
muffle
noise
of some random dude's voice,
and it's just like super low quality.
Welcome to the stream.
yeah.
Like you don't want to deal with that.
You don't want that in your life.
I mean, I know I don't want that in my life, but
That being said, so Corey did do the thing of using the ponder to step his top, which it's good that he did because his top was garbage. Yeah. So, in our experience, the glare we spent days working that out.
that was when we first started. When I was,
We-
we
we
were
s-
originally gonna have a green screen and have our faces.
Yeah, but
on
we
camera.
determined that was just too much. But the glare, we
glare,
got it
like-
down to the point that it's comparable to SCG and WotC's broadcasts.
Yeah.
And then we stopped there.
Corey would like send me PMs of like, "I'm taking care of this glare, dude."
Yeah, Wizards
Glare
Wizards
is-
had some issues with glare. All right. So that being said, once I'm back to the game, I don't know how Corey wins. I don't know how we went from a position where it seemed unwinnable for Alex to a position where it seems unwinnable for Corey.
I think Alex is trying to explain to Corey how he wins.
No. So Alex is explaining Sylvan Library
Okay.
plus Leovold.
Yep.
Also-
and I think Corey's dead.
Also,
Yep.
it was pretty free there for Alex to attack with a Leo as well,
Yeah, but
but it doesn't matter. All right. So Alex
That was
getting a
a
clean 2-0.
roller coaster of a game.
So he's now going to go against Sneak and Show.
All right.
That's an interesting matchup because Alex does have the efficient counter spells, efficient threats. And everything-
Leovold
yeah.
seems really good.
Leovold can
if
be
it can
good.
get out, it's good.
Yeah. So it's a matchup that I feel is slightly favored for Bug Delver, but Allurn is a deck that can just win matches through the sheer power of the fact that it has an instant
It's
win.
an insta combo, and it just has good. It has solid threats. Has nice little flyers.
Andrew in the comments throwing some shade. And I'm not going to comment on it any further in audio.
Yeah.
It has been typed, though.
Just check. Just peep the comments
Alright,
if you want to see.
So, who are you rooting for in this? Like, not
Okay,
who are you
who am
rooting
I
for? Who do you
rooting
think?
for?
Who do you think is favored?
I mean,
Poor.
I'm gonna just naturally go with Delver,
So, I'm gonna go with Delver here as well.
and also Alex has played Delver much more than Andrew's played Sneak and Show. So,
True.
Even though Sneak and Show isn't like the most complicated deck to play, like he did drop a game against Death and Taxes.
But like, there was nothing he could do there.
Yeah.
That being said, Sneak and Show is a matchup that I also just a bit off topic, but as a Storm player, I hate playing against Sneak and Show because they're a deck with efficient counter spells, a lot of draw, and they can also just win the game.
Yeah, just like that. Prob, Smart, Nathaniel.
I don't know exactly what line you're referring to, but I'm gonna assume that everything I say is smart and continue.
Yeah, I mean you got that going for you.
Yes.
No, the first deck I played, the first Legacy deck I ever played was actually the deck Andrew's playing now.
Yeah.
It was at Charlotte, I think.
It's a deck I've played a little bit, and it's definitely a deck I like having access to, because when it's good, it's really good.
I think it was more prominent just Omnitile. He
Yeah.
didn't have any sneaking shows, but that was so cool, and it had like I don't even remember.
It feels like a deck that it feels like a deck that I would much prefer over Storm for like side events, I one time did the mistake of infinite challenging a GP with Storm, and boy, could I not count after that weekend. I played 20 plus matches with Storm, and at a certain point, numbers stop meaning things.
Which event was that? Which event was that?
GP Charlotte. No, not
was
GP
it
Charlotte. GP.
Louisville?
Dude, I don't remember. It was the event where none of us main evented for some reason. It was the Legacy GP that none of us main event because I didn't feel confident.
Yeah.
I didn't feel
I
confident
remember.
enough in Storm at that point, and instead played side events and just destroyed side
That was
events.
that was one of the car ride.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was a fun event.
Yep. All right. So let's see who is on the play. All right, Andrew's on the play,
Andrew's on the play.
leading with a very ambiguous Flooded Strand.
Okay. Turn 1 Delver. Does he have any? Yep. Alex has a Forcible on hand.
All right. Andrew just
Going for it.
going for that.
Pitching
Show-
Ponder.
Okay, and he does not have the counter backup.
Nope. Doesn't have it.
So
Does he grab that?
all right, Alex now flipping off a daze.
Okay, that's good.
Alex making a comment that I hear you're only a good Delver player if you flip your Delvers. Alright, so Andrew can play a show and tell through through days next turn.
Okay, that's good. Yep.
Alright.
That's pretty good.
Alright.
Ooh.
So Alex has the 2 dazes, and the 2 Force of Wills, and I can't imagine he has much more counter magic.
Yeah. But, like, what all does Andrew have?
Andrew now has limited options, and he's going to be
He
casting
just kind of has to hope he draws show and tell.
He needs to draw that show and tell or another sneak attack by next turn. And let's see what he hits off the Ponder. He hits show and tell.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
So Alex has to
Can
brainstorm.
Alex get there? Yeah.
Oh my God.
He got there. I
Did
think.
he really hit their Does he have a blue card though? I'm sorry for losing it, but
Andrew is in fact
Andrew got
salty.
had a response to the 3
He had
Force of
a
Wills.
very loud
He can't handle
response.
that. Too much.
Don't know what's going on in there. I don't want to know. I don't want to go in there.
I
Dude.
really hope you guys cannot overhear what's going on
Dude,
in the
they
other
can
room.
definitely hear what's going on.
It's evolved into just basically a bunch of children.
Oh, okay. Now we got like bird noises going on.
It's not great.
We're in a zoo, dude. What's going on?
So Andrew looking at his blood moons, and I can't see a lot of the cards. He sure is flipping though.
Okay, seeing as how you're going to be playing the winner of this, who do you want to win? Who do you feel like you are most favored against?
I gotta tell you, man, it's play against the Sneak and Show or play against the deck with Himtrock, Leovold, and Force of Will, plus days. And I still kind of prefer playing against Delver.
Yeah.
I hate playing against Sneak and Show. So.
So I see some blood moons coming in.
Yep.
That's a good card.
Alex probably will bring in some form of hand disruption and counter magic. He's definitely taking out those Liliana, the Last Hopes.
Lily's bad.
Liliana just does so little this matchup. And Fatal Pushes, and Alex showing his professionalism.
He didn't bring enough cards in, apparently.
So Andrew took out, looked like Spell Pierce, Omniscience, and Andrew needs to look up directly into the camera and just shake his head.
I don't think he's gonna do that. We will tell him to do that
No,
after
no,
the game.
we're not going to tell him to do that. No,
Yeah, he has to. know.
his shaking his fist was enough.
Yeah.
He was
He
not
was
stoked about that
really,
Force Will.
really mad.
Meanwhile, we were.
Yeah.
That was great. That Force Will
Yeah,
was.
that was awesome,
clutch.
dude.
Seeing it happen though, is his second card just had it.
Forcible. I'm like, does he have a blue card? Yeah, he has a blue card.
I hear 3 swirls is good.
That's a possibility. I think it depends on the situation.
Depends on the matchup. If you're playing a Delver mirror match, 3 force wills is not great.
Bad.
If you run Husky Therapy, 3 force wills, not great. But
if you're playing against Andrew on Sneak and Show on this day at this time,
in general,
it's fantastic.
3 force wills is always gonna be good against Sneak and Show. They need their sneak attack or their show and tell to resolve.
To sneak on you or show you something. I don't think Alex wanted to see anything.
No. Alright, so I wonder if Alex is going to walk away with a clean 4-0 here.
Okay. Well, you also are 4-0.
Yep.
From what I hear.
Yeah, Storm is...
from what I've experienced.
Storm is a messed up deck.
Just a bit.
I thought about the last game I played going for the Analysium, even though I had the for sure win with Passive Flames.
We were hoping you would go for that Analysium. But guess what you didn't do?
Well, like... I was like, the kids at home would like a show, but then I'm also like, but losing because I'm an idiot on stream feels bad.
But the kids at show would, come on.
Yeah, that was my bad as a showman.
Yeah, you didn't perform for the people, dude. Alright, preordain.
So Alex is stuck between casting a Deathrite and casting a Delver here.
Yep, Delver.
A lot of times
for him last time. Oh, he's
feeling
the turn 2 flip. Let's see if he's a fortune teller, dude.
So it looks like Andrew has the double forceful in hand, and he's going to try to live the life that Alex chose to live game 1, I mean, say.
I think Andrew's gonna get close, but not quite get the third one.
No, but also relevantly, it looks like he has the show and tell. He has 3 force wills.
Yep.
He has lands.
Yes,
he doesn't have a threat.
If he just draws a threat, he's gonna get him.
But
how long do you think it will take for him to draw a threat?
Well, it's Andrew. His luck is not great.
Yeah.
Stream froze for anyone else?
I sure hope not. It's not. No, it's not frozen on the other monitor we have hooked up watching it. So,
when I was watching last week, that happened quite a bit. It actually took me 20 minutes to get into the stream.
That should be a Twitch issue and not our issue, or
a Twitch issue or a Wi-Fi issue on your part.
But yeah, stream should be good. If anyone else is having a problem, then never mind. Okay.
Sweet. Happy for you. Andrew just has to draw a threat and hope Alex doesn't 3 forcibles him again. Ooh, is that the 3rd forcible?
So, Alex wasn't there talking about a match that someone used a Toxic Deluge on 15 to kill an Emrakul.
Delver.
I mean, Delver.
You're not wrong.
Delver's got to delve.
All right, Alex. Yelling. Oh no.
Alex just yelling no at things.
He's yelling at a brainstorm.
Now, worth noting, Andrew has 3 force wills.
Andrew draws 4. I think I'm gonna give the win to Andrew regardless.
Alright. Delver had a really strong showing over the weekend at EW.
It's a good deck.
It's undeniable.
Good deck.
And Checkpile, despite the fact that had an overwhelming amount of play there, did not get that. Only got 1 deck into top 8, if I remember correctly, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with any of the events either. I've just been out of Magic till today.
Yeah. No, some interesting things have happened. Modern's in an interesting spot. Legacy's in an interesting spot, and by that I mean, yeah, basically that. Checkpile it definitely did not perform very well for the percentage of people that showed up with it. And I'm sure.
Is that?
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, but I think that I know who this is. And you were playing Eldrazi.
I think I know who it is too. Nope, it's good. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Casket thinks it's a good deck. Okay, no, he thinks that his... Okay.
This is who I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ha, I knew who you are.
Hey man, Japanese mimics are hard.
Things I should have named.
So Alex just proclaims things I should have named. Yeah, no, yeah,
No shoot.
no shoot.
Alright.
Alex just not understanding how to play
Nope.
Magic.
I don't know, what does Andrew just has to draw a threat now? Or
Andrew has to draw a threat, but he has a very short time frame to draw that threat. Whew. That's
nice.
Japanese challenges look sweet.
Yeah.
Japanese Darksteel cards and Chinese S Darksteel cards look really good in my opinion.
Oh, is that a sneak attack in play?
That is a sneak attack.
Well, now you just have to draw the threat, Andrew.
He has to draw the threat, but
Now. He has to draw it now.
yeah,
I don't think he's going to get it. Yep, he did get it.
Alright.
Alex just realizing he won the match.
Yeah. Alright, so
Now you have to go play against Alex.
alright, I'm gonna go play against Alex. I'm gonna switch off with someone else.
Probably
With Andrew.
He's going to tell me about his game. I'm going to get to hear him be loud.
Alright, and I gave Phil my credit. He got a moat. Oh
Sweet.
boy, moat.
Dude, Phil and Shannon can have a mode off now.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go switch off with someone and yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, dude. Fair blue decks are decent at best. Those are some alright games. I mean, Alex just kind of rolled over both his opponents, but it was fun. Taking a brief intermission. Alright. I think some of us are doing DC. I'm not for sure yet.
It's let me not have this on while I'm trying to fidget. Alright. Players that are doing DC is Corey, Nathaniel, Alex, and myself. As far as it goes for actual main event playing is Nathaniel, myself, and Alex. I don't think Corey's main eventing.
No, I'm not gonna.
I think he wants more practice with Standard before Atlanta.
And I don't think I'll be going to any big Magic events until next year, unfortunately. But I'm coming back, dude. How do you feel?
Great.
How great? how great do you feel?
Fantastic.
So you almost got the triple forcible him.
I didn't want to though. I don't know. I feel like I just shouldn't have played the defense grid, but also like there's just so many like specific things that happen in game 2. Like if he just doesn't like Miser surgical me to shuffle up my ponder, and I like just like keep it in a different order. But if I keep it in a different order, I just lose to him to Torok. But I guess I'm already losing to him to Torok on that. It's just such like a weird situation.
I mean, weird situations versus triple force of will.
I don't know, man. You
That
can't,
first game.
you can't do
was
anything
hot.
about that. Like, my opening hand isn't even great. I think my opening hand was like 4 land, sneak attack, double guy. And then I drew show and tells. I'm like, okay, try. Okay, I guess I lose.
Sweet.
Because my brainstorm double topped land and I don't have any fetches.
Dude, you got, dude. You got by all elements of the game. Alex,
happens.
triple force of wills, you don't draw a threat. Alright, what do you think's gonna happen this game?
This die roll matters a lot.
Nathaniel did make the bold statement that he'd rather play against Alex despite all the hand disruption and counterspells versus you.
Yeah. Show and Tell has the chance to kill Nathaniel really fast. Any turn 1 or 2 hands on the play just beat him most of the time. And then I actually do also have interaction. The thing about most grindy matchups for Storm is the green-black X and the bug style of deck, they don't have a quick enough clock to back up their disruption most of the time.
Yeah.
He is completely hinging on having the card Delver of Secrets on turn 1 and it flipping for Alex to have an ability to actually win the game against Nathaniel. Yeah. Because Nathaniel, as you said multiple times, Storm generally has the ability to play this longer game and grind his opponents out of threats so that he can win in that sense. And just having that gives Nathaniel some sort of an advantage.
No, definitely. I do think, Alex, how much of Sneak and Show have you played?
I played it a couple years ago.
All right.
I don't think I make any different decisions.
No.
I was debating on if I'm supposed to bring Leyline in this matchup, but I opted out of it because of the factor that I would have to cut actual combo pieces or dig spells to be able to play it. And to do that, I would have had to... So I'd have to dilute my deck to play a card that only really interacts with 1 to 2 of the cards that Alex plays.
Yeah. Well, what did you board in?
I boarded in double Blood Moon, double Defense Grid, and I took out 2 Spell Pierce and 2 Omniscience.
Because I saw the 2 Blood Moons, I didn't... And, once you played the Defense Grid, I was I just didn't know what the 4th card was.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I think Nathaniel's probably gonna get this.
Yeah. This is generally the type of matchup that Nathaniel deck is actually looking at playing. Well, I mean, if he had the dream... Nathaniel's dream would be play against, some idiot trying to cast giant spells for the entire day. He'd want to play against the guy that's if there are 15 players playing 12 post, he would want to play against all 15 players playing 12 post.
Yeah, he just rolls over 12 post.
But that deck's not exactly good anymore. But as far as it goes for the actual format, I think Bug Leovold is the deck that he wants to play against the most because their interaction is very slim and it's mostly hand interactive. Mm-hmm. Which his deck is pretty Thoughtseize and Duress and Friends resistant.
Yeah. Oh no.
So here we have our finals, and Alex just starting on a couple cantrips, and this is the type of start from Delver that Nathaniel wants to see. He wants to see Alex just spinning his wheels, not really doing anything, and a turn 2 1/1. Yeah. Not exactly what he's hoping to do in any way, shape, or form, as it really just doesn't pressure him all too hard.
Duress is... I like that Duress.
Yeah, picks up a Duress, sees Deathray Shaman, Thoughtseize, Force of Will. And he's already bringing them out. I know his hand has 2 Lotus Petals, and if he just has anything to go with those Lotus Petals, he has it. Yeah, he has an LED, he has Infernal Tutor. Yeah, this is an easy game.
It's Nathaniel. He's not going to break out the Pokemons unless he knows he has to win in the bag. After that Duress, he was like, no counter magic? Okay, I just win this then.
Yep. Just easy game. Crack that, play that.
Hope you're enjoying the finals.
He's missing a mana to cast that card.
Yeah, go tell them, Actually,
how did you cast that first Cabal?
What?
How did you cast this?
What do you mean how did I cast that?
You played Duress, Lotus Petal, this.
Yeah,
you have to play the other level. Yeah.
Crack out the top. Yeah, might be.
Andrew's saving the integrity of the game. Even with
Don't think it really doesn't matter, but making sure everything resolves the correct way, definitely a bit more. And Alex understanding how to play against Storm. You just concede when they kill you.
Here's what happened. Nathaniel was like, "Don't scoop for the stream," and then I was like, "All right, I respect that. And then second game, he was like, "You can scoop," but I heard y'all guys complaining about my lack of scooping, so I was like, No, that's not how it works. You're gonna complain about me. I'm gonna do it.
That's phenomenal.
And I got him. I bought myself once, so I would have been at -1,
Good.
and not 0.
Yep. Nathaniel just collecting the quick W, and
Sideboards.
just pretty much just what I expect. The quick W, moving on to game 2. Alex is able to play a little bit more of an interactive game as he's able to take a lot of his creature interaction out, which is not what he wants in this type of matchup. Thoughtseize, other cards similar more than likely.
Yeah. Flusterstorm, all those kinds of cards. All really decent, but it's Storm. And any competent Storm players knows they're just... I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm slurring my words, but it's like they're not going to go for it unless they know they're going to get it.
Then Nathaniel bringing in double Zathrid Swarm and one other card, and get a good look at what the other card was. Abrupt Decay seems probably
Abrupt
reasonable.
Decay seems good. Abrupt Decay... Does Abrupt Decay hit? I don't remember if Abrupt Decay hits Leovold.
I mean, it kills Leovold.
Yeah, it's okay.
But Alex gets to pick up a card. I guess Leovold does matter for Nathaniel because it's hard for him to do something. But if Leovold's resolving, in most situations, I feel like Nathaniel's ahead
Yeah.
because we're pretty late in the game, and he's
Or
already
in a
drawn.
really, really bad spot.
he's already drawn most of his cards that he needs to draw.
I just honestly, I don't expect this next game to last.
Not at all. Either it's going to be a game where Alex has actual interaction in any way, shape, or form.
Yep, and then just kind of pushes through, or Nathaniel's just like,
Here's my hand.
Turn 2, part 2 of the game. We'll see.
And we're nearly close to the good 7 rounds of Magic
Can
in
Nathaniel go
3.5 hours.
Can Nathaniel go 8-0? That's the question I care about.
Oh, he's not going 8-0. This is the 3-0.
3-0?
If he wins, it's only 3-0.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like games as well. So like,
Oh, okay.
3-0,
Has
and then he went 2-0 against me, and then 2-0 against Michael.
Okay, so 6-0.
6-0. I messed up. We'll say it's 8-0 for the sake of me not being a dumb on stream.
I mean, that's what the deck's called. It's Bug Delver.
Yeah, it's Bug. I
like calling it Salty
Salty.
instead of Sultai.
Salt. I like all the older terms, even though like.
Alex brainstorm locking himself here.
Okay, that's not good. Oh, and Zathrid. Ooh.
He has the Swarm. Yeah, this is just another game where I think Nathaniel's just got an easy
He's
lethal.
gonna look at the hand.
He's like, oh, look at all these spells I cannot cast this turn.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex.
Alex, coming to the same conclusion we have.
Win. Yeah, Alex also not quite paying attention. Yeah.
Just normal Alex things.
Yeah, Alex is dead in the water here. Brainstorm locked. Doesn't have double black to cast him. Yeah, Alex is just done.
Quick, easy. We get a finish. We get a finish at our normal time, and actually, even with these 7 rounds,
Yeah.
get out. Just gonna therapy the him, so he's not dead, but Alex has no interaction for this Zathrid Swarm and can't find both interaction and the land to cast it here. So Zathrid Swarm is just going to connect again for nothing, and
Well, is Zathrid Storm when it attacks or when it?
when it attacks,
Okay. Oh,
it is an attack trigger.
card.
It is a 1-mana 0/1
that's a great card.
with an attack trigger that says you cannot cast spells for the rest of this
I
turn.
mess with that card a lot. All right.
Double tutor,
Double tutor, and I think that's a duress.
some sort of interaction spell is what it looks like.
I'm like 70% sure it's a duress.
Mm-hmm.
Which is duress is a good card, but Xantid Swarm is
Duress, he doesn't really need to duress just because of the fact that he has the swarm taken away.
yeah.
And as long as he's able to
And he
do
took
something, I don't have a good look.
He put in Empty the Warren.
No, that's in his main deck now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not know that. So now he's running 2 main board win cons.
Mm-hmm. And he just doesn't have anything to do. But he kept And Alex draws a Thoughtseize here, so he actually has the ability to get some interaction as to what Nathaniel's doing. And being able to take a peek over and
Honestly?
get rid of whatever the best card is, Alex actually looks like he's in a position where he
he's in a
can
good
win this
spot.
game.
Like, Nathaniel's not doing anything. Alex is just hammering away with that Delver. I think as long as, like, Nathaniel doesn't... I mean, it's Storm, so as long as Nathaniel doesn't draw whatever card he doesn't
Alex
need, he's fine.
opting to not Thoughtseize. It looks like he wants to hold up Abrupt Decay to be able to interact with his Asteroid Storm,
Yeah.
which I understand. So enter combat in response to the trigger, gonna Abrupt Decay so that the trigger doesn't go on.
And then he now has counter magic.
Mhm.
Yeah, Alex is in, like, a decent spot. I mean, you know, Nathaniel can just pull the win out of his hat at any moment. But I think things are going a lot better for Alex than I personally thought they would go.
Absolutely. And well, Nathaniel has the ability to do things like cast Dark Ritual and then cast the Duress off of it. I think
Yes.
Alex in most situations is a pretty heads-up player and knows to counter the ritual over the spell that comes off the ritual. The first ritual is actually pretty high value for Storm if they don't have any visible extra mana.
Yeah. Which, like, right now, Ritual... Yeah, countering the Rituals is a have to.
Mhm.
That's his only black source. Unless, yeah. Alright,
So
let's
Brainstorm
see-
is resolved
let's
here.
See how this goes.
And, okay, we're bringing the counters out. So Nathaniel's under the
Definitely
implication
gonna
that he
do
might
that.
have it here. He's going to go ahead and cast a Dark Ritual. Is Alex going to let that resolve? He is not. He's going to force a will pitching some assorted blue card. I believe it's a Leovold. He still has a Flusterstorm in his hand, but he's tapped out.
Thank you for the following, Splendid
Yeah, welcome
Saber.
to the
It's
stream.
Very much appreciated. You're going to get there with us.
So here he has the Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize gets to see double Infernal Tutor, Duress, Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Empty the Warrens. So this hand doesn't even go anywhere, which is
Yeah.
interesting. That Duress was really heads up as just
Yeah.
a play to, or that Dark Ritual to just try to get the Forcible, because Nathaniel misering into the fact that he knows that Alex is heads up and will counter the Duress. That play got a Forcible for pretty much for free.
Yeah.
And Thoughtseize taking Duress pretty much states the factor that Alex probably has some form of
As a
interaction.
counterspell, yeah.
And he has the Flusterstorm left over. So Nathaniel here is the second Zathras form, but that doesn't actually have any effect on the game here.
No.
Again, as we saw, Nathaniel has no way to make red mana in his hand.
Nope. No way to make red mana. And
So he
has
cannot empty.
and he doesn't have any... From what I saw, he doesn't have any consistent way to empty his hand so where he can tutor for
To
what he
actually
needs.
use the
But
tutor.
then he'd be empty on mana for
Mhm.
the tutor unless he draws LED.
Picked up the Duress here, which is gonna
Brainstorm.
meet a Brainstorm in response. Finds Thoughtseize Brainstorm, so he's able to put the he gets to put the Flusterstorm on top of right on top of his deck, so that unless Nathaniel's able to go off this turn, which is unlikely,
No.
he'll have access to both the Flusterstorm and the Thoughtseize, and it looks like this is going to go into a game 3.
Yeah, that's what it's feeling like. So I think Nathaniel takes the Thoughtseize or the Brainstorm.
So it's one or the other. It's actually a pretty good discussion. I think it's the Brainstorm because Nathaniel's hand actually doesn't really care about
Yeah.
Thoughtseize all that much, but it looks
And
like it's good
Nathaniel
enough for just a
knows his scoop.
concession.
All right, well,
And I think that's just because I believe off of an earlier Duress he saw the Flusterstorm
Yeah.
and knows that it's on top of the deck now.
well, my expectations for this game are different now. I mean, I'm still gonna probably give it to Nathaniel.
hmm
He was just at like a huge dud the whole entire game.
Yeah, Nathaniel on the play is definitely a lot different. Just that Empty the Warrens kind of just being a goofy card there.
Yeah, that was like the last card he wanted to draw. It just does nothing. Fun card though.
Absolutely. I mean, in the matchups where it's good, it's great. And now that like decks like Miracles aren't in the format anymore, being able to play
yeah.
the Empty the Warrens in main deck as just a secondary way, because there are just the Storm hands where you stunt early and you get a couple, just
like-
one or two Storm count away from killing. So being able to cast Empty the Warrens gives
It's
you the
just
ability
nice.
to still
And,
win.
like, let's say you're doing the ad nauseum thing, and you're not going to always hit the tendrils or the
Mhm.
consistent way to hit the tendrils. So having two win cons at least gives you're not as dead to a dudded ad nauseum.
Mhm. But it also makes your ad nauseums worse by having another 4-drop.
I agree. I agree that Miracles is still around. I've been considering building new Miracles. It's pretty goofy. It looks pretty fun. But we'll see. This top not being a thing. But to be fair, like that card was too good.
Absolutely.
That card was
I don't think
way
it's
too
that it was too good. I feel like the primary reason to not play the deck, to not have the card in format, is just the part of the thing where it makes tournaments miserable.
It slows the whole entire.
It makes every round take at least 10 to 15 minutes longer.
Especially when new players are picking up the deck, like first thing. It just makes the whole entire tournament scenario like borderline unbearable.
But there's nobody I'd rather play against in Legacy than a new Miracles player.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it's like a free win.
It's pretty much
It's
just
a
a free
free
win
win.
every time.
There's too much thought process to go through. Well, at least it was. Now it's like, oh, I don't know how to do my top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing. Do I counter this? Do I counter that?
And here's just the turn one Force of Will on the Zathrid Swarm. Swarm having a lot of relevance because it lets Nathaniel play this game of you can't interact with me. But non an island means no days.
Okay.
Off the Deathray Shaman, he gets to see the hand. He knows he's clear for takeoff now.
Yeah, currently.
And this hand is not having a lot of interaction either. He's
got a
ponder for it.
flustered. Yeah.
I think the Treasure Map Miracles idea is adorable, and I don't know if it's something that... It's something I'd love to like play games with,
Oh, me too.
but I'm never going to be a Miracles player in my life.
I might pick it up as for funsies, but
I've been playing competitive Magic for 6 years now. I have never gone to time and round more than 2
I
times.
know. You told me. You've told me.
I will never play Miracles.
No, you won't. Apparently it's coming, but dude, you better watch
It's
out.
coming.
It's coming.
I'm ready.
It's coming.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared to beat my
Watch.
opponent when he casts the treasure map.
Watch. You're gonna go.
And he goes 2 mana,
Watch.
tap out,
DC.
play treasure map.
DC.
I will say okay.
DC. You're gonna somehow go to time, dude. Somehow, even playing Sneak and Go. I'm calling it right now. You're gonna go to time, or at least get really close to time.
Deej, that's why I said a few. When I played the 4-color versus Bant, that went to time. And other than that, I have some of the matches I played during Mono Blue versus Mono Black Devotion Standard, I believe I went to time in.
All right, Alex casting a ponder, getting a UC.
And now he has access to the Flusterstorm here, which definitely matters because it lets Alex actually be able to interact with what Nathaniel's doing.
Yeah,
but
but
the Ponder also just has the chance to find more to do.
Yeah, but Nathaniel already knows the Flusterstorms in hand, so Nathaniel's not going to make any ballsy plays without some sort of attempt at hand interaction. Plus, realistically, it looks like the only card in Alex's hand. Well, what's all in his hand? If that's like his only blue card, then if he does draw force, then Alex is just in a bad spot. Alex did draw a Surgical Extraction, though.
Surgical has a lot of power, but definitely not in this situation.
And when,
But I also think Nathaniel's the type of player that's pretty good at mising his opponents into the good old Adam Prozac play
yeah.
of, I need one more storm count. Would you like to Surgical this card?
When I'm in that situation, I like to fire off Surgical as soon as possible, and typically on something like a Brainstorm or,
Okay.
one of the Writs.
Okay.
Just, I think getting rid of consistent card draw, because let's say they don't quite have it, then you put them in a really bad spot, and not being able to get all the mana you want is also really nice as well.
I'm just never a big fan of bringing Brainstorm or Surgical Extraction in against Storm.
Oh no, I agree, but the times that I have done it.
I mean, if you have enough to take out, like if you're just fluffing about with all these fatal pushes, you definitely want to get rid of those. But there's a swamp.
I mean, I'm playing Dredge as well, so it's like our games are going to hopefully end before turn
Yeah.
4, you know?
Duress gets to challenge the Flusterstorm.
And
Would he like to Surgical in
I
response?
think Nathaniel's setting up for next turn. I can't see his hand, but like I'm assuming Nathaniel's going to most likely go off in the next 2 turns.
Or try his hardest to, at least.
Because I think he takes the Flusterstorm. Surgical so far does nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Flusterstorm's the only card. Flusterstorm's the card that stops you. Surgical has a chance to stop you, but generally
But it's
actually helps
not,
you.
And Nathaniel doesn't look like he's on the Past the Flames plan. But even then, it's kind of like,
Mhm.
if he's already casting Past the Flames, he's already in a really good spot.
Yeah.
anyway. So I just think things are looking very grim for Alex currently. Does have an active death, right, bud?
So there's at least Infernal Tutor, Lotus Petal in hand.
Okay.
Don't have a good look at exactly the other
I think
cards.
that's a Brainstorm. I think he has a Brainstorm in hand. Lotus
Petal Crack. Play
He's going to
Infernal
get
Tutor.
Cabal.
Reveal?
Ritual, I think. No, he's not. Yep.
Reveal Cabal Ritual. Okay.
And then I think he's setting up for next turn.
This is really interesting, though, because now Alex has the ability to eat either... So Alex has the Circular Extraction to get rid of the tutors
tutor.
now.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, he should do that.
It really depends on what Nathaniel has left over. Alex, luckily for Nathaniel, only drawing land here. So everything that Alex has to interact is pretty much on board.
Yeah.
Nathaniel picks up.
Not going to Surgical Extractor.
It's very interesting they're not surgical. I understand the reasonings as to why you might want to hold it for now.
Yeah, but also it just feels like a safe play.
Especially because if you're doing it on your main phase, you're not adding to the storm count.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a real threat. But games 2 and 3 of Storm always turn out really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, except for, when you're playing in Stretch.
Mhm.
It's just like, I win. Oh, no, you win this time.
Aw, shucks.
Oh, shucks, you got me. I didn't get to show off my tokens as well. I'm pretty mad about that. Pretty bummed. Pretty bummed.
I had, God, what's my favorite zombie? I think it's like M12.
Mhm.
M12 zombie.
12 zombie.
It's my favorite. I used to have like 40 of them when I played Dredge.
40 of them, God. I had... What card was I collecting for a while? I don't even remember. Oh, I've been collecting Death Grip recently.
Okay.
But that's just because I like the band Death Grips. So people are like, you want to see my Death Grips?
I think it's this one? No, that's the... This is
No,
not the
that's
good
like from
one.
the command. I hate
That's
that.
the worst one. Oh, where's my boy? Let me just look up MTG zombie token. I have to know. It's very important to me. Deej knew. Like, I carried a ton of these around with me.
Okay,
so let's
well,
see.
we got the Pokemon cards out. Looks like Nathaniel's gonna win. Don't you have a bunch of Darksteel relics?
Oh, I have, I want to say it's above 600.
Dude, that's pretty good. You're almost at 1,000.
This one. It's M11 zombie.
Alright, yeah, that's a good one.
This is a good
one.
zombie.
That's a good zombie. That's a premium zombie. That is, I think, out of the zombies Wizards have made,
Uh-huh.
it's probably
It's probably-
the
it's
best
pretty
one.
up
It's the
there.
best one I've seen, I think.
I don't know,
What
the
else is
Eldritch
there?
Moon zombie is pretty good. It came across, it's one of the ones I really enjoy. This one, the shambling Eldritch Moon zombie.
Yeah, but if you go back to the other one,
Back to good old
Yeah,
Corset M11
Corset.
zombie.
his hair is much better.
He's got good hair.
He's got really good
He's got
hair.
great hair.
Like, Spite being an undead corpse...
Nathaniel's going off. He's got great hair.
Yeah, well, Spite
Nathaniel,
is...
great hair.
Great hair. Great hair. I think we jinxed Alex on this one. We talked about great hair, and the man with the better hair is winning. Back to the zombie token. Like, despite the rotting around the mouth and the lack of clothes, his hair is just...
Perfect.
It's like...
On point.
Definitely before he became undead, he definitely was like... He had to be going out on a date or something. His hair's so good.
Alright, so we're just going for the ad nauseum route here.
Which is the fun route.
But I think it's what he has to do. And he found the tendrils. Easy game? Is that lethal? 1, 2... so he has all castables? Yeah,
All
easy.
castables.
Alright, Nathaniel picks it up. Nathaniel picks up our first tournament here in the basement.
Round of applause for Nathaniel.
None at all. It should have been me in the booth. I mean, not in the booth, but down in the fray.
Out in the fray.
Out in the fray.
Playing against him.
Yeah.
No, because you get triple force.
No, that's why it should have been me.
Alex forced his will upon you, and
he
did not
lost.
Make it to the finals.
He lost to Nathaniel.
Yeah.
He needs to get better.
Yeah,
He
clearly.
You know what he did not do?
What?
He did not get there.
He did not get there, and he did not cast Force of Will 3 times.
He did not. I don't think he cast it more than once in the whole match.
Sure? I think you're right. Maybe twice.
All right.
What's up? What's going on now?
Well,
Are we signing out?
that's all of that. I'm not sure for the
You got
exact of what
there.
we're doing.
You're gosh darn right, he got there, my friend.
Look at these zombie tokens.
Alright.
What the
Oh, we
heck?
got a Michael Jackson one, dude. Heck yeah. Whoever did that's a great human.
I mean, it's like the easiest zombie token to make.
Oh, no, definitely.
Is this a real Almond Cut zombie token? That one's pretty good.
That's a good one.
That's a good zombie.
That's a good desert zombie. That's not a... Mm,
This one came in like a wrecking ball.
that makes me mad. Hey, I'm not surprised.
Hey, what up?
We-
Storm, though.
Storm.
Storm, though.
Storm is good.
Yeah.
Hey,
So, quick
Hold
note. Don't know if people can hear me.
They could, just barely though.
I made a sloppy play in the last game.
Okay.
So, I looked up a surgical extraction I knew about. I cast that Cabal ritual, right? So he gets surgical extraction my polluted deltas,
Uh huh.
and then I lose.
Because it takes you off the mana.
Yep.
But did he not make that play? He made
did
the.
not.
Okay.
That's Alex's fault, not yours.
I mean, honestly, it was a play that could very easily be overlooked at that point.
It's kind of a weird play.
And I realized that after he cast the surgical extraction, I was like, fuck me. Okay, so we got 2 curses in. That still counts as PG-13.
It still
They're both
counts.
by me.
That was an F-bomb, though. That's a...
No. You
You're
get
allowed to have
one.
one.
You're allowed to have
Everyone
one.
You
has
get one
one.
F-bomb?
You're allowed to have one.
Sweet.
Yeah, and we're like,
Sweet.
we're
I'm
like,
totally-
We're like South
I'm
Park. We're allowed to have one.
Totally abusing that next
let's not
stream.
compare our streams.
Totally abusing that next
Alright.
stream.
So, anyways, I guess we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for whoever tuned in to watch us, and next week we'll be back in with some standard action.
It will be Halloween next week.
It will be Halloween
So
next week.
I'm
So-
hoping we do
We'll
a fun thing.
we'll try to do a fun thing.
I have something planned. Michael knows about it, but nobody else knows about it. Nobody else is going to know about it
Well,
until it
good.
happens.
I might not be able to make it, so we'll see.
Yeah.
If I
Alright,
can't
well,
make it, you
we'll
have
just
to
tune
send
in.
me a peanut.
Yeah. Either way,
have to send it.
once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to go and sign out, and see you next week.
All right, everyone, have a great night.
See ya, maybe.